With our shields and our swords, we pave the path to victory. With our shields and our swords, we temper our courage. With our shields and our swords, we're making history. With those who make the game a reality, we're the vanguard. We're with the best. Let's raise our shields.
Team Spirit were able to weather the storm long enough for the late game to come through. A 33-minute victory from them. Not even too late of a game, but for where their heroes are able to shine. And we'll see what we have in store for our second game. A very important game as well. Keep in mind, before this series started, both these teams were tied in third place. So much needed victories to try and secure that upper bracket.
Yeah, I mean, one of them can really start to separate themselves from the pack. Of course, Team Spirit, with that Game 1 victory, going to be leading themselves to be a little bit more likely to be that one. But we can see, I mean, Secret, they're a team of veterans, you know. They've got a lot of players that have played a lot of TIs. Probably Chrysalis is the only one that needs a little bit of support coming through from the rest of the team. You know, I'm sure that he feels like they had the draft that was set up for the victory. There were just a few tiny things that didn't go their way that meant that it was different. And you just have to have a look at that. I mean, Team Spirit, they're all huddled around the one PC. It's all a collective unit towards the drafting. And it really does feel like Secret give a lot more of the emphasis over onto Heen, their coach, to be able to be the one to make that last call.
Yeah, it does. It seems like there's a little bit more of a different dynamic in the Secret and Spirit booth. Like a Teen and Puppy kind of with the decisions, and for Spirit, it's, you know, the collective, like you said.
Mm-hmm. You know, I like referencing a lot of these. If teams make content, you gotta consume it. You know, there's a reason that they do it. Engage with it, guys. And you know, we just saw there on the Team Spirit cams, of course, Maposhka taking center stage, but you've got Yatoro there just standing over to his side. And well, when Yatoro was asked who he gets along best with, it was actually Maposhka, and he said he might even marry him later on. He's just that kind of guy, just very kind, cool, calm, collected, just a super friendly guy. And every interaction that I've had with Maposhka, it's been the exact same.
You get to see Maposhka potentially back under the clockwork in this upcoming game. We had a pretty solid showing in game 1.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, and they've got the flexibility for it as well, just to give it over to Mira. Obviously, this time around, I don't think... I prefer the Clockwork versus the Nyx Assassin as the first overall pick, because I just feel like there aren't as many avenues to be able to punish it, right? You've still got that BKB piercing disable. You've still got something that you're able to lay down the cogs so that even if you're not landing the perfect hook shot, you're creating space in these team fights. And even to a lesser extent, you can stop the push a bit easier, because with the battery assault now dealing double damage to creeps, you can also use the rocket flare to help shove out other sides of the map. It just feels a lot more effective for that purpose. But I think if Team Secret want to try and pick up a win on the back of a Zayat's Nyx Assassin, it'll go a long way.
That it will indeed. Maybe that's the way they can kickstart this draft. We've seen what Zayat has been able to do with the last chance qualifiers with this hero. I think 9 games and he only lost 1 of them. Let's see, Spirit. They've previously addressed the Enigma in regards to the gyrocopter, so let's see if they want to go down that route here with the 8th. Of course, there's plenty other ways you're able to do it as well.
I mean, it's just such a strong hero, man. you can't let this Enigma get through a lot of the time. There's a reason that it's the most banned hero for the entire tournament. It's beatable, for sure. And you don't exactly have the position 4 that's truly going to enable it in the lane. You know, the stun is nice, for sure, but maybe just even being able to set up for a lot of this counterplay. I love the Pangolier for this combination. Again, you push out the lanes. You don't care at all about the Nyx Assassin once you're in the Rolling Thunder. And then you can go into the Basher to be able to deal with the Enigma. I would say in terms of responses to it, not necessarily for the lane, but for the game, Pango's near the top of the list.
Yep. And always a big fan of watching Toronto Tokyo play this year.
Double
I think
rampage
he has
yesterday.
Incredible. Yep, yeah, that's a really good point. He had a double rampage yesterday with the Pangoliers, so we'll see how they're going to look to protect it. Sniper banned out. A lot of the time, Bloodseeker is often getting banned out as well.
Makes a lot of sense, right? You just want to prevent the comfort from coming through, just enable Toronto Tokyo to be able to style as much as possible, and well, there we go. Even just Secret, obviously, having done their homework, the gyrocopter ban against the Enigma, very, very useful with the flat cannon for being able to deal with the Eidolons in lane, something that Yatoro went first item, and I'm not talking after boots, first item Crystallis in the lane just to be able to deal as much magic damage, sorry, physical damage as possible so that that push wasn't quite as impactful.
Team Secret's turn to ban.
Does feel like it's a lot more focused with their bans, aren't they, on specific players, Team Spirit, with a lot of respect being given over to Crystallis, making sure that he's the one that they remove a lot of his hero pool. You know, we've seen him have a good amount of success on the Sniper as well as the Monkey King. A couple of those heroes that are able to deal a lot of that physical damage into the Enigma lane. So I like the fact that Team Spirit have gone down this avenue. Team Secret, all they need to do is draft for the game. Don't target any specific individual. You're not going to be able to beat it out. You can't really look to go into the Rubik anymore, unless we're going to see a puppy Rubik, which I highly doubt. And they actually are the ones to ban it out themselves, not wanting that secondary counter to the Enigma. Actually, tertiary. You've already got two.
Wonder if they use their other ban now for the lane counter. Because you're happy with the game. You know, BKB Black Hole is not particularly going to be a threat. But it's just you really want to shut down his other kind of key way to play the hero, and that's just the power of the Enigma in the lane. So I wonder if they'll put another ban into that for Secret.
It's a possibility, for sure. What else could you... I mean, again, you can't ban specifically for Yatoro in this sort of situation. Like, he is just going to find something to play, whether it be Alchemist or... we've seen him make Dawnbreaker work if you just want to make Toronto Tokyo the true carry, although he is probably playing the Pango, so a little bit less likely to go down that route. But you've still got options, plenty of them, for Collapse to be the one to carry this game, or rather provide the push that's going to enable you to continue on forward. You're not worried about the Visage. It's not really something that Collapse leans into, but, you know, definitely heroes along the lines of the Beastmaster can open up the draft quite heavily.
In regards to picks that we're going to see come out from Secret at the 15th, do we want to see Puppy's hero or not, because the potential flex of the Enigma?
Were you convinced by the Puppy Enigma? I wasn't completely convinced.
No, but I don't think you can shy away from it if you have one tricky game.
No, but I feel like...
Secret's turn to pick.
I feel like the way that Puppy plays is already so greedy, and yes, you can use the demonic conversion to keep the lane pushed into your tower so that Crystallis has a bit of an easier time with being able to last hit under that, but I feel like you just don't have that as much of an early game impact if you're not playing the Enigma in the lane, and that's really not what Puppy does when he plays the Enigma. He wants to move to the jungle, so they're going to pick up the Bane instead, just again a direct counter to the Pangolier. They've already gotten rid of the Rubik themselves. They're not wanting to show any cores just yet, so we've seen pretty good effectiveness come out of the Bane when this is picked up as a specific response to the Pango, but that just means that whoever's going to be playing the Clockwork, whether it be Miposhka or Mira, they just need to look to focus in onto the Bane, and maybe they even look to go down a little bit more of this aggressive route, right? Nyx, Bane, Enigma really don't do a great job of dealing with push, and so that's exactly what Spirit do. They're just going to pick up the pace, go into the Beastmaster, and, I mean, just something else that's got an early-ish timing that can help with push. Not a Sven position 4, I don't think. What else could they look to go here?
10 seconds remaining.
You would imagine it's going to be Mira's hero. I mean, do they just go into the Shadow Shaman? I wouldn't hate that for Spirit. It's not like you're on a timer just yet. Pango can still have effectiveness in the late game. Beastmaster, double Roar can be pretty damn effective. Silencer instead, okay. I mean, it's good for Fiend's Grip and the Black Hole, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's...
It might be a 4 Silencer. The reaction?
Yeah, they have the potential. I'm laughing at the fact that, like, have fun doing a BKB Black Hole this game, but exactly like you said, it really addresses the Fiend's Grip as well. So you've now protected the Pango. I wonder if you can consider about the Bloodseeker again for Secret. Bane Bloodseeker is a very good lane matchup. You can kind of deal with the summons as well. And they do. Okay, so you now Because the Silencer really covers the Pangolier and Rolling Thunder and covers the Fiend Script response, but it's going to be a lot easier for the Bloodseeker to be able to counter the Pango still, so it kind of goes back and forth here with maybe not having as much effect out of the Silencer. But this is still a hero that a lot of people are putting some value on with his kind of laning prowess that we see at the moment.
To me, I'm favoring the Spirit draft right now for a multitude of reasons. One, I think they've got the earlier tempo for the reasons that I mentioned, and the supports really don't deal with the push that well. And also, I think these team fights are going to be pretty heavily dependent on does Team Secret find the Silencer first, or does Team Spirit find Enigma, Bane, so on and so forth, right?
Yep.
And at the moment, you've got the vision advantage on the Beastmaster with the Hawk. So you're always going to get that little bit of information before Team Secret does. So for their last pick, it's most likely going to be Nisha's hero for the mid lane. But what heroes can you really look to do? I feel like Azus is a really nice ban because it provides that little bit of vision. Not that you have the great abilities to be able to instantly jump and connect. I'm kind of wondering, I don't think it was Secret that did it. I want to say it was OG, maybe. Or no, actually it was Liquid. Back at the Riyadh event, they ran mid Night Stalker. And I feel like if you could get away with a mid Night Stalker against a good matchup, whether it be like a Puck or a Void Spirit or something like that for the mid lane, even the Pango isn't horrendous, then I feel like you might actually have a chance to come back into this, because not only would you get that instant jump onto the back lines, you're most of the time going to pop the Dark Ascension before the Silencer ulties, and then you can just look to find him and enable the team fight, right? And even then on top of that, you've got the Aghanim Shard that can deal with the Beastmaster summons. So I feel like that's what Secret are potentially hoping for, but it's got to be the right matchup. Luckily enough for them, they've got the last pick, so they're going to be able to get the best read on this game as possible.
Yeah, I too agree. I like Spirit's draft at the moment. I think there's a lot of issues with Secret where they're very single target, and I like the Naga ban a lot due to that. So I think regardless of what the hero is going to be for Secret, you kind of need someone with some AoE damage, and you need a way to find the Silencer. So
what do you think they're going to go, PL or Chaos Knight for Spirit? Chaos Knight's a bit faster tempo. I'd be more leaning towards that. Maybe even the Terrorblade, to be honest.
It potentially Terrorblade leans out of maybe a little bit more just with some of the bans, but it also protects the CK. Even in games where I think PL is really viable, teams are not picking at the moment, so I'd probably lean to the CK or the Terrorblade.
I would say CK and Terrorblade, of course, are going to make better use out of the Beastmaster as well, with just how he's looking to position. A lot of the times PL likes to be, you know, right there in the thick of things, whereas CK, you draw them back towards you. So that's why they get rid of the Terrorblade, just wanting to be able to stand there, engage on fights, and again, Team Spirit right now, they're happy to hang back on this Silencer. Silencer wants to be playing as far back as possible, as long as he's able to get that global silence to enable the Pangolier.
That he is indeed. So let's see what the call is going to be here for Spirit.
You might even be able to preemptively use the global silence, right? If you find the Pango or the Bloodseeker off on their own, sorry, the Bane or the Bloodseeker off on their own, then with the Hawk vision, you're going to be able to get that Rolling Thunder in on top of them, pop the global silence so there's no immediate response, especially early on, and then just look to take them out to start the fight. And then it's just all about your positioning, making sure you're not getting caught by a multi-man black hole. I'm still on the Night Stalker train for Secret. I think it could work, but it's going to depend on how fast of a carry Team Secret go for, Team Spirit go for. These names, man, they're too close.
The fumbling back and forth can be... Yeah, I've always done it a couple of times. Let's see what the call is going to be here for Spirit. What hero do they give over to Yatoro?
Even more vision, man. This is scary. Oh, man, this is even a bit of a Night Stalker counter as well. Because if the Night Stalker uses the Dark Ascension and you use the dagger onto it, then you get all of Night Stalker's vision. So you're just going to get even more on top of everything else. It's this concept of shared vision. There's only a handful of spells in the game that do it, but Spectral Dagger onto the Night Stalker is one of the ones that just gives you that extra amount. So this is a fantastic pick coming through from Team Spirit here.
I think you need a lot for Secret. I think you really, really need a lot. A hero that doesn't mind about people getting on top of you. Conqueror is definitely one of them. Helps kind of deal with the push as well. Coming out from the Beastmaster, you're not really going to address again the Pangolier, but you're somehow hoping that it's Puppey and Bloodseeker can do that. So you're looking just to be a body and get involved early here for Secret. So yeah, I don't mind the pick. We'll see if it's going to be able to help out. We were both kind of favoring Spirit's lineup even before we saw the last phase. Do we think anything has changed?
Well, I think Team Secret are just banking on the fact that they are hoping to try and dominate these lanes, right? Enigma, such a strong laner. Bane, Bloodseeker. Really easy setup for a lot of these kill attempts. Yeah, you will have the boar, I suppose, on Collapse to be able to break the Nightmare so that maybe that isn't as big of an issue. But we know that Spectre's a weak laner, and it's probably going to be a... Maybe it's Spectre Silencer, but there's going to be a double melee lane somewhere for Team Spirit. So I think if Secret are going to have any chance, they need to crush these lanes. Not just win, they need to crush the lanes to give them the tempo that they need to be able to find that extra item and be able to invade onto the backlines, take out the Silencer, and hopefully use that to win the game.
Well, it seems like it's kind of a similar recipe to what we saw in Game 1, where we feel like Secret, they have a draft that is going to be enabled through the early stages, but if we get to the late game where Spirit's lineup is able to get the items and the levels as well, then we've got big concerns. So you said kind of they have to just win the lanes and go from there. Is there any lane in particular, or just every single one? Like, they need to win all of them.
I think they've got the tools to win every single lane. Don't get me wrong. Okay. But Team Spirit are a very, very talented team, so they're not going to make it easy. I mean, you've got a Kunkka who wins most of his lanes, right? But he's up against a Pangolier, a Toronto-Tokyo Pangolier as well. Something that he's shown that he is super exceptional on in terms of his individual performances coming through. I think whatever lane Yatoro goes into, honestly, Collapse might even be the bigger issue. You're just worried about making sure that you're dumpstering him so that he's not able to get that farm, so that you're able to pick him off nice and early, so that he doesn't have the Blink Dagger to enable those quick pickoffs, right? Onto the Bane, onto the Enigma. So I think probably just a little bit more emphasis being given over to shutting down the Team Spirit side lanes.
Does look like both sides, Spirit and Secret, should be able to get this D-ward with the smoke from the position 5s. And yeah, Puppey's going to get his D-ward. I might actually deny his own. That's going to be the case. So I will further on to the point of what I think Secret are able to do successfully. I think what their lineup can thrive on is that they do have a lot of pickup potential, and if they get towers early on off the back of catapult timings, it can be a bit awkward for Spirit to play the map. You've got Clockwork that can set up on a side lane. You've got a Bane that can set up as well. And we've seen what Nisha's Conquer can do. Like, he is, I really think, one of the best Conquers out there. Mm-hmm. So if they can get kills across the map and get a lot of pickoffs, it can be a bit awkward for Spirit to play the early game. But that, again, is all set up off the back of how the lanes go.
Puppey has to be a little bit careful here. They don't have the summons just yet to be able to deal with it. They do have the battery assault, though.
Just run past the blood ray and then turn back around instantly as soon as it expires. Like, all right, we can maybe do some damage now, but very similar to what we saw in Game 1, Miposhka just getting chased from the Puppey man.
I wonder how long he wants to stick around here. Obviously, you don't want to be going all the way back to base. You want to try and get back to the lane as quickly as possible. That TP. I mean, it's not the strongest lane, again, for Spirit on the bottom side. There's nothing stopping him from TPing away, but again, it's just about this divide and conquer strategy, right? You want this to happen. You want a 1v1 between the Beastmaster and the Bloodseeker for the bottom side. So Miposhka's doing his job. I think Puppey needs to get back to lane.
What is this? Oh god, Puppey's gonna stay on the high ground. Like, no, you're not going anywhere, sir.
At least he's not going to get level 2 anytime soon on Puppey, so that Nightmare's not going to be as big of an issue. Can't send the courier there.
There's a minute of this.
This is the most intense gameplay I've ever seen.
Let's see some predictions. How long?
Hold on one second. There's stuff happening mid lane. Toronto-Tokyo is already getting pushed underneath his own tower again. Nisha doing a great job there. I don't think they're going to be able to pick this one up. Has he got the brain sap up in another 10 seconds? He does, and has he used 5 tangos already on Miposhka? This is pretty big for Puppey.
I don't know how many brought out, but he's definitely used a lot. But alright, Miposhka has entered the lane. A minute 30 in. Meanwhile, Collapse is... Oh, with the boat. Collapse is going to go down, actually. Oh, and no, Miposhka giving bonus movement speed to Chrysalis gets first blood. What a very interesting start to this game too.
Actually, I didn't even think about that. You know, the thirst coming through, just allowing him that little bit of extra damage, the ability to dominate the lane. So in the end, very nicely done by Puppy. Shows what I know.
Alright, now we can look at the lanes. Now we can get ourselves set up. 2 minutes in, we can see how everything's shaping up at the moment. Mid. Looks like Nisha with the battle against Toronto Tokyo. Relatively nice start for Nisha. To be expected. I mean, the Conkers are much better later than the Pango, but Toronto Tokyo will do well and truly okay in this lane.
Got to make sure they keep
back to his
securing the water
shenanigans.
rooms as well for Toronto Tokyo as well, right? Kunkka, not one of those heroes that relies on the mana for being able to effectively harass and get his farm in the lane. Pango, completely the opposite. He needs to use the shield crash and the swashbuckle as much as possible, and even with those, just see Nisha already doing such a great job of bullying Toronto Tokyo out of this lane. So, I mean, not mission accomplished just yet, but nearly 3 minutes in, we've got 2 lanes going very favorably for Team Secret.
These mid lanes are all going to come down to the torrents from Nisha. If he can clip some of the stray ones without using the X, continuing to put a lot of harassment into Toronto Tokyo early, making sure it's very difficult to last hit under the tower. And he's missed a couple here for the Pangolier.
Yeah, gets the range creep though. I mean, Nisha just playing around with the tower aggro, most importantly, right? Making sure to use the Tiebringer for it. Not too many right clicks on the Pango under the tower, enabling him to stay in the lane just that little bit longer. And let's actually force Toronto Tokyo all the way back to be able to pick up the bounty rune just to get back to the lane. I'm not sure how effective the magic stick's going to be again against the Kunkka for the laning stage, but he just feels like he might need to make a few rotations, perhaps around the power runes, which are only coming up in about 25 seconds. So will he get some assistance perhaps, or will he die?
Guess it's going to come down to how the creep equilibrium set up in some of the side lanes. The carries and off laners are in a position where they'll be okay, as it's actually top lane. Resolution, with the help of Zayats, is able to get a kill. So we've seen a couple recent games here from Secret that they've kind of swapped up the lanes with Puppy, you know, playing up top with Resolution, and Zayats playing down bottom with Crystallis. And you know, we see this time it's back to the natural setup and already enabling this good start that Resolution's having.
Also got the phase boots now completed as well for Crystallis, so with how well these lanes are going, it's really going to enable the Bloodseeker to perhaps put even more pressure in onto Collapse. Right now, you've got the wave pushing under the tower, so not as much of that kill threat, but certainly is going to be a scary spot to be in with Maposhka. Going for a bit of a gank attempt here, but you always have to be careful into a Bane lane. I mean, both the Bane and the Bloodseeker are so effectively able to trade, especially against, again, this dual melee lineup.
It just seems like really both side lanes are very similar. Secret, they're looking to try and spam out to bring down the boars, and then for Spirit, they're doing the same thing top. Just the dagger, 2 points in it, mirror as well with the arcane curse as well. Enough damage thanks to the kind of change to the Eidolons, reducing a lot of the magic resistance.
Nisha again, just dominating the... He is 900 net worth ahead of Pango 5 minutes into this game. That is how well Nisha is playing this one. Like, he is absolutely dominating. He's nearly got his level 6 at 5 minutes. That's some crazy timing. Very few CS missed out on. He's going to look to get the Observer Ward planted if he can around just before this power rune timing, so that he can look to deny it away from Toronto Tokyo and maybe even enable some sort of movement towards this lane if he gets that solo pick-off before Pango hits level 6.
They might need that extra stun from Zayats. See Toronto Tokyo instantly starting to play his distance here. And with top bottom Puppy just going down 2 points of the battery cell from Maposhka. Feeling like he has an opening to try and clean the Bane if he's off solo. And almost is enough damage.
Tokyo, though, he's got the siege creep in the lane, looking to play around that bottom power rune and hoping that luck's on his side. He's going to need a little bit of the game and RNG to be able to secure it, and he doesn't. He even commits with the shield crash, so might be in a little bit of danger here, not wanting to commit the both just yet. How on point is Nisha? I mean, you still just can't come back into this lane, right? What are you supposed to do against this? You're running out on mana because you didn't secure the rune. At least you've got the bounty to play with. Maybe he looks to... You can't even make a rotation until you're level 6.
So I think the angle for Toronto Tokyo is going to be just try and soak up your level 6. You're not too worried about this mid lane tower going down without a catapult. So once you get your Rolling Thunder, then look to make a play on the side lane. This bottom lane, Maposhka trying to kill off Puppy. The Nightmare's going to be able to set up for the Blood Ride. In fact, he doesn't have enough mana for it. Going to be relying on the good old right clicks, but the Cloak's can put himself in an awkward position on Crystallis. So he's got the movement speed to try and catch up. One more right click will do the job. He'll even get a Corey for good measure as well.
Easy game. Puppey, a little bit short on the mana as well, otherwise they could have potentially gone for this kill onto Collapse, but again, lane's going quite well. Surprisingly enough, top side, the first death on Team Secret goes to Rezo. Most of the time he's always renowned for having that super strong start to the game, and they might be able to get another easy pick off here onto Mira. Just looking to accelerate that net worth now on Nisha, farming up multiple camps at once. This is someone that's an absolute expert, even picking up some of those power runes. Didn't even need to use the boat for that, so Yatoro means that he's not getting his farm from the lane, has to stay off into the trees. He's done a pretty good job so far, as actually looked to commit the black hole, and yep.
Yeah, that he will. Zayat's gonna hold the stun, trying to use the perfect chain control, and that'll enable them to ramp up the damage required with all the Eidolons. Beautifully done from Secret. They didn't even need the rotation from Nisha.
Yeah, and the happiest one about all of this is Toronto Tokyo pushes the lane in. He soaks up that farm. He's level 6. He's even potentially going to be able to secure that double damage rune for himself, which you just cannot give up to Nisha. He's got too much of a net worth lead. Will he look to use the torrent to be able to interrupt it? No way. No way. No way.
Oh, he got it. Okay, let's see. Toronto Tokyo's going to try and make the attempt with the Rolling Thunder. They can use the boat defensive with a run buff. Let's see if Nisha's going to be survivable. One TP's coming out. In fact, Nisha might look to turn it around to Miposhka. Threatening the Clockwork's life, but they will back off. So a couple ultimates expended along with some rotations out of the supports.
Oh man, if he got that, if he got that DD rune and it was able to turn that around.
Whew. Bottom lane, Collapse might be in some trouble here. Trying to use the micro to hold back Crystallis, but Puppey with the Nightmare will enable the Bloodseeker to close the distance. Some juking has to occur. Collapse is going to be able to stay alive. He's going to run to Miposhka, acting as the bodyguard. Crystallis goes a long way around, tries to get in front, he doesn't. Oh no, Collapse chucks out an Axis. They've got Yatoro was on. No way, Collapse doesn't die. Still in the lane he goes. They need a little bit more damage. One more right click will do it. Collapse will turn to stand his ground. They don't get the kill.
He gets a 6.
And now we got the roll from the experience from this. Oh no, what just happened?
Oh, Collapse just happened. That's what, I mean, that is the most demoralizing thing that you can imagine. Even the Haunt there, just to provide that little bit of extra, damage output, get him that little bit lower. What a play coming through from Team Spirit. The individual dominance coming through from Nisha in mid for Secret, and from Collapse for Spirit is just way too much. This is a show.
Let's see if they can continue that now. Spirit, it's going to be a very difficult defense of the top lane. Nisha's nearby to help out as well. Boat's going to get laid down. They need a little bit more damage. Nisha's going to try and find an angle for the Tidebringer instead. It'll just run out of the tower. They even got Crystallis here as well with the Rupture. Toronto Tokyo will attempt to TP out and he'll make it. They're going to try and cut their losses here, but look at the spread damage. Crystallis to Mira. They're lacking the stuns because the rest of the team are focusing down Miposhka's Clockwork.
At least they still get the aggressive push in onto the tower. They get a couple of kills. And, well, for Team Spirit's sake, you've got Collapse playing down on this bottom side. Able to hit into this tower, keep the creep wave pushed. Again, they're playing for the later stages of this game. I mean, what a play. Getting the level 6 off the back of that. You don't expect this. Big smiles.
Oh, God. Some scary issues now. At least Secret, like one thing we were saying is that these lanes had to go really well for them, and they have. They had a 2,000 net worth lead now. T1 tower top's been claimed. What else needs to go right for Secret here?
Oh, they got to keep the tempo moving. How close is Nisha to some of his timings?
Postcard. Finds Zayat.
Black hole if they need it.
Boys playing behind him. With Crystallis just beating down Clockwork. An easy kill onto Miposhka, and Zayat will not be able to escape though. Toronto Tokyo not be able to claim the life, and now he's going to move in for Crystallis as well, as we're at choke point, so we get a couple bounces back without the Rupture proving to be too much of an issue, but Puppey, he's even going to make the rotation as well. Another easy kill for Crystallis to find, so again, Secret bringing multiple members for these early skirmishes.
And importantly as well, not committing super heavily for it either on Team Secret. They still didn't use the black hole for that attempt, and it means that you still need to be playing a little bit scared. No Pango means that you can keep pushing the waves out as much as you can. I'm liking this play coming through from them. They're grouping up a little bit more than they were in that game number 1, and hitting their timings, realizing the strength of their abilities when used in conjunction with each other. Regen room bottom. Puppy's not going to, of course, pick it up. Just looking to soak up a little bit more of that that experience for himself. And it's all about just trying to sustain yourself as much as you can in these team fights. Not give your life up for free. See if you can wait out the usage of that global silence before committing the Fiend's Grip. So more points than usual that we would normally see on this Brain Sap. Also helps to assist with maybe some of the split push coming through. Better time at being able to deal with the summons. Speaking of those, they're just pushing down into this bottom side of the tower, trying to bait someone to make this move a little bit more defensively on Secret, but they're not taking the bait. They want to keep playing aggressively. They know that they don't have to deal with the Helm of the Overlord for the next little bit at least. So they're happy enough to lose out on some of this net worth because they've still got other ways to be able to pick it up. Mid lane, top lane, that's enough for them right now.
Yeah, we see with all the... Actually, Secret, they're going to smoke themselves. Miposhka's in a pretty good position to pop this. They're going to go the long way around, though. Wanting to finally shut down Collapse on the Beastmaster. Nobody scout out his position. But Miposhka is nearby to cancel the Fiend's Grip if required.
They saw him, though, so they know to play around it. Half duration left on that. They're going to try for the full wraparound here onto Collapse.
They need more members.
They do.
The TPs, they're starting to come out. There we go, but post-screen. Prime hookshot onto Puppy. They need the Fiend's Grip to be able to hold them down, but it will not matter as Chrysalis and Zayats finds an opening to lead into the fight. Even Resolution will show up as well. So Secret putting a lot of importance on these early game fights.
Again, they know they're hitting their timings together. They know they've got the Wraith Pack, Black Hole available, Tier 1 tower still standing. They want to make sure that they're taking that away from Yatoro as much as possible. He shouldn't be feeling safe to just sit in this dire side of the map and farm safely in the jungle, and, well, you definitely shouldn't be feeling safe on a silencer. Mira just getting easily picked off by the team as he tries to drag the aggro away from the tower.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And now with that, Nisha, BKB, he's looking to make the aggressive move forward, realizing how hard he is to kill, trying to, yes, accelerate his own net worth, but also deny some of this away from Team Spirit.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
A little farm you can slow down from Spirit getting is going to be incredibly important. Taking the camps away here from the Spectre. Or even the camps for the Pangolier as well. You have Toronto Tokyo rushing to the Lincolns.
Oh, they found Yatoro.
Yeah, they're onto Yatoro or Resolution.
What are they going to
One
commit
point in the Midnight Pulse. Hesitant because of the use of the Blade Mail, but Poshka's nearby as well. They've got the global silence. They're going to hope that they don't need any ultimates, but Poshka, oh, what a beautiful angle. Somehow slips the hook shot into the middle, but Poppy and the boys are nearby to respond once again. A Fiend's Grip to hold down the Rolling Thunder, and they will be able to chase Miposhka into the tree line as Chrysalis finds a double kill, and now the Tier 2 tower is going to be in some trouble.
Yeah, I mean, Secret are too good to just let you get the perfect global silence off, right? You're always going to need to get something in exchange for it. That time around, they popped it early, realizing, look, there's no BKB for the turnaround. We're still going to lock out this black hole. We're still going to stop this Fiend's Grip from coming through. They get the 2-for-1. They get some damage in onto the Tier 2 tower. And, well, they even get another kill onto Mira. Movement coming down top from Rezo, looking to not give up their own Tier 2 tower for free. Again, Collapse is doing a pretty good job of creating space by shoving out this bottom side, forcing the more defensive movements. No black hole used, but if you're not up there with the rest of the team, you can't make use of it. I think that's what Rezo's thinking, right? He knows that they can probably look to commit the global silence for the Fiend's Grip in the next couple of fights, right? Puppy's actually going for a Lotus Orb super early on for himself, just wanting to provide that cleanse to make sure that, you know, maybe he might not get it onto himself. Maybe he uses it in onto Rezo, who's going for the Blick Dagger.
He's going to see Resolution, but the rest of Secret is starting to connect. They need to be quick on the kill, and they should be able to do so. But the other boys have shown up once again. A Secret always nearby to be able to capitalize on a team fight. A 2-for-1 exchange. Chrysalis gets the double kill, and now they can once again swarm out on the map.
They've done pretty well with their strategy, right? This is exactly how the game needed to go for Secret to have a chance in this 5K net worth lead, but if you just have a quick look over at Dota Plus, it's obviously Secret favored a little bit, but not as much as you might expect from an 18-6 kill score. Just 62% right now. And for good reason. Spectre, if you let her get to the late game, if you let that Blink Dagger and some of these other backline invading items and abilities start to come out from Team Spirit, then suddenly the game can turn a lot more towards you. You've already got the Helm of the Overlord available. He's going to take over the Ancient Thunderhide, so maybe now's the time that Team Spirit actually look to make a bit more of an aggressive move. Yasha nearly picked up from Yatoro, level 11 on Beastmaster, with that Helm of the Overlord that I mentioned. Could almost be go time.
I wonder when Secret feel like they can force the issue on Roche as well, because they don't have the greatest lineup.
I don't know if they need to.
Dire
Like,
scanning.
what big abilities are you really needing to stop, right? Of course, Roche is great, but I feel like they need to put even more emphasis onto just taking these towers. That's the bigger objective this game, in my eyes.
Do you think they can... So you obviously think they can take tier 2 towers without Aegis?
Yes. Yeah, you're stronger right now. You've got the Enigma, you've got the pushing potential, you've got decent vision up around the area. I'm an idiot, they're going into Roche anyway. But, you know, again, you're going to have to give something up in exchange for this. Collapse takes the tier 2 tower, gets them closer to that next item. He's going to keep trying to put the pressure down here with the Helm of the Overlord, so yeah, you might take Roche, but what are you going to lose in the meantime? Got the Clockwork as well, Rocket Flare, used into the Roche pit. They look to go for some sort of big play here, and you're going to need to make a decision, right? Collapse is still Radic.
And this is what's going to happen for the entirety of the game now. Like, Secret are just going to look to ball up, and in fact, they're backing out of Roche,
Yep.
so they're not even getting it. This is a lot of gold that's going Spirit's way, and again, you do not want to give this team the late game.
Yeah, even just using the Rocket Flare this time, with the vision that they've got around the pit, realizing that if it hasn't fallen down now, maybe they did back off. And so, Miposhka putting the Rocket Flare inside the tree line, making sure that Collapse can continue this rat play. I don't think they're all that concerned about the Roshan, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, not at all. You don't care about this Aegis. Like, yeah, Secret are going to ball up, but now you just have an open tier 3 tower. So Secret have to push through bottom. Like, ideally for Radiant, you want to take this tier 2 top. You want to try and play in the top jungle. I don't think you can do that now because opening up the barracks.
Yep. Complete agreeance there. I think they would have gotten a little bit more value if they just took the tier 2 tower in time. I suppose that would have just meant that you still lost the tier 3 tower, but I mean, you've got a Kunkka that can just use the X marks to go back, right, and be able to deal with that. So I don't know. To me, it's just Collapse again, playing another stellar game, realizing the weakness of the draft. Of course, he didn't get the best time out of the lane. He had that, of course, enormous play, but ever since then, he's done an amazing job of creating space for Yatoro, meaning that 2-death start hasn't ballooned into much more. They're clawing back that net worth.
Bottom lane. See as well, Spirit trying to set up a trap, but Secret, again, bringing more members. Need to try and get control of their jungle again. They need to try and get control of the map just in general. Not let Spirit continue to find their farm for free, because they are getting way too much out of these past couple of minutes. As Poppy probably going to be the target of the Roar and just an easy kill. And that's all you need here. Bring down one member. It'll make him work for it. Poppy will still go down nonetheless, but Secret are going to look for the rebuttal. And they'll catch up to the Clockwork. Oh, even Global Silence potentially just to cover the retreat of Collapse.
Yeah, they realize how important he is. They still were able to take out the Helm of the Overlord creep, so there's not going to be as much pressure put down onto this bottom side. So I like that out of Team Secret. What this does mean as well is that with the global being used, maybe now with the Blink Dagger on the black hole, you're free to make a big play happen. It should be a pretty free kill onto Mirror here. I mean, it's a silencer. You can only do so much in the lane, and well, they're going to reveal the lane. Okay, they hit the Malphus though.
Really awkward. Couple of spell casting. And so Secret had to look to address this mid lane because the catapult, so they will continue to hold their tier 1 tower. And finally the map is in a good position for them to get something out of it. All the lanes over the halfway mark. They should finally be able to get some firm control back with this Aegis. It's been a really big nuisance for the past couple of minutes. Spirit have been annoying for them.
And you just see Collapse immediately going back, taking another one of those ancient creeps. The extra health is going to do a good amount of work, but again, maxed HP against an Enigma and a Bloodseeker. Doesn't have the Blood Rage just yet with the Aghanim Shard, but as soon as he picks that one up, he doesn't really care about these high HP pulls, so...
Isha, they're going to make the attempt. Tori's going to get involved as well as Nisha gets blown up. This is starting to get some really dangerous territory here for Secret.
Yeah, even like not even committing collapse for that one. They just use a Toronto Tokyo to go down onto the bottom side to potentially force more defensive rotations. Again, they're basically playing the style that Secret have tried to play. This really greedy, like, play for the later stages, and Team Spirit do it better than anyone else. They just know the
Poshka.
timings they need to
Great
hit.
positioning. They're okay with giving up the life of the clockwork. You need core kills. You can't be continuing to get these position 5s. And in fact, Spirit, they're potentially thinking about taking a fight. Toronto Tokyo with a Rolling Thunder just wants to snag the illusion rune and get out.
Oh, he was tempted to use the Fiend's Grip there on Puppey just to try and catch him off guard, but yeah, they've hit this little bit of a snag in their plans, right? Mirror, he's died 6 times, but again, you're not doing what you're good at with Silencer, but it's what you have to do. You have to shove these lanes away. If you could avoid dying like he has tried at this top side with the use of the Observer Ward, then great. You know, you forced some kind of movement up towards this top. It means that Nisha isn't clumped together with the rest of the team, and you've only got a minute left on this Aegis, so you might get a tier 2, but I feel like Secret were wanting to get much more out of this Aegis than just that.
Yeah. I think we're really seeing Spirit do an incredible job at just exploiting the support duo on Secret. Like, they're great at pickoffs, but their lanes, man, they can't do anything. Like, you always have one lane that is shoved in. Again, someone has to address bottom.
Yep.
Like, this is maybe where Nisha needs to consider about a boots of travel, but you've already committed too heavily into your build.
I still think it's probably worth it, to be honest, and with the tier 3 tower going down, it just means that you can use the Hawk a lot more further towards the tier 4 towers as well, right? You don't even necessarily need to have it covering the tree line. You can see a bit more of the like supports that might be able to be standing on the back lines, and that just enables, for example, Yatoro to be able to make that individual jump.
Oh boy. Collapse with a freebie. All the sentries out in the lane, just making it so difficult. He's trying to find the opening to bring them down, and Maposhka as well, just again acting as a bodyguard. They do not care how many deaths the support gets. They're even going to rupture the helm of the Overlord creep as well. Like, Secret are just hoping to try and claw this in a position where they can try and get some map control, but oh, this is such an incredible gameplay out of the reigning champions.
Yeah, they're not letting them do anything that they want to right now, and Yatoro, I mean, they're playing defensively now. If they fight, they have the potential to do it, but I think unless someone's completely isolated on their own, they're not going to commit that haunt, and only 2 components away from Yatoro picking up the Aghanim Scepter as well. So you can look to get those individual pickoffs. We saw how quickly even Nisha, the tankiest person on Secret, died when there was that rotation coming through from just 3 of Team Spirit's heroes.
You might need to consider a gem kind of shortly for Secret. It feels like Spirit are just reading them like a book, and again, this lineup needs pickoffs to then be able to get the map into a position, but you need pickoff on the cores and you're not finding them, so maybe a gem is something they're considering, but Puppey really needs this Lotus Orb to have a decent time in fights. Like, Zayats needs Blink as well. Just the supports are getting no farm. It's a very, very difficult game to play here.
It is indeed.
Poshka's just using Dust in the lane as well to see if Zayats is there, but this could be... Oh no, they missed the stun. They're going to see Collapse in the tree line. Instant use of the Global Silence. No hesitation to try and protect the cause. They might be able to turn it back onto Collapse, however. Crystal's going to be able to charge into the middle. He'll go for Maposhka next as well. So finally, Secret will not only get 1 kill, a second, and now potentially a third as well. It's all going to be off the back of Zayat's stun, and he'll be able to land it onto Mira. A triple kill for Crystalus, and this now heavily opens up the bottom lane.
It does. He's even gone ahead and bought the Aghanim Shard on the Bloodseeker, not wanting to wait for that second Roshan for the freebie. You've still got plenty of heroes that would love to pick it up on your team anyway. Just a little bit of extra control in these team fights through the Torrent Storm would be nice. So Chrysalis realizing how much of a damage boost that's going to give him, and it was all on the back of a clever Midnight Pulse coming through from Rezo, being able to catch them off into the trees. They realize, why aren't we catching these guys? It's because they're playing around that fog of war. Just one clever usage of it suddenly opens up much more of the map for them to be able to play around. 2 towers, multiple heroes killed, and Secret give themselves that little bit of a net worth buffer again. It actually dipped in Spirit's favor, the win probability coming through. I know Dota Plus does love the Spectre, but it's been able to creep its way back up towards Secret off the back of that.
See if it's going to be a fast row spawn here for Secret. to have this objective to be able to clean and then push down some of the buildings. Potentially baiting Yatoro though.
He's got his Ags though. Right before this Roche potentially spawns, and it's a pretty long one. And look at that. As soon as it can respawn, instant rocket flare coming through Makoshka. They're on the ball. Their minds are in the game. They're not stressed by this situation. They've been here many times before. Game 5, TI Grand Finals. You don't get much more intense than that. Oh, and even a Mind Breaker. Such a great item for a Spectre to pick up if they wanted to give that over to him.
This could be a pivotal moment if Secret find the opening. Yatoro's going to show him the lane. Only for a second, though. They'll back up, and it looks like Spirit, finally for them, they're going to smoke as well. We could have a big 5-on-5, but seems like Spirit believe that a Secret are playing behind this top lane.
It's a good assumption. I mean, when you don't know 100... Well, actually, you do know the situation with Roche. You know that that's what they want to play around, right? Maybe they didn't see the fact that the Aghanim Shard was purchased up by Crystallis just being even more important. They see Rezo. Oh, the hole!
So a lot of damage coming out from the Spectre Illusion. It might just be enough to get the kill into the Enigma to start the team fight. Toronto Tokyo is now going to try and prioritize the Conqueror as well. How can they re-enter? Yatoro off to the right side, chasing down Puppey. They want to get rid of the supports with ease, and he should be able to do so. No one on Secret protecting the Bane. Yatoro gets a completely free fight, but back in the middle. Crystals can chase down one with a triple kill. A global silence going to be able to protect the black holes. Yatoro somehow still alive for the moment, but Zayat stun up in a couple of seconds. Resolution can body block if required. Dagger on cooldown to get some distance away is Secret. The rest of the members are starting to converge on Yatoro's location, and there will be no escape for the Spectre. Trying to play around with the Shadow Step. Back and forth he goes, creating all the chaos you would hope for. But somehow they have some vision of him on the high ground. In Secret, a big team fight victory for them.
I mean, they just brought him too low. Old mate Bloodseeker able to pick him off even with that melee attack range. Nothing that's going to extend his right-click range, but I mean, I thought that fight was going to go a lot better for Spirit. They ended up using one of the Fiend Script, I believe, onto the Pangolier. He has the Lincolns, so it was wasted. You had to use the Rupture onto the Rolling Thunder. It still is able to take out Toronto Tokyo towards the start of that team fight. It just shows the strength of this Bloodseeker. If you're able to get into this stage of the game and allow the right clicks to happen. Already so fast with the Blood Rage, amplified by the Mjolnir on top of everything else.
Maybe they used everything to try and hold him down. Raw cogs to put him in a position where Crystallis couldn't stun.
Back
but
live. Collapse is actually getting dived a
Zayat.
little bit here underneath the tier 2. Looking to try and keep the creeps away from him, but they're just going to commit. Yeah, they will.
They will indeed. Crystallis protected with the BKB, and you know the fight. Zayat might be in a position to get another one though. They scouted up with Poshka, and they're going to be able to jump forward as well. It's a great position from Zayat, giving them another +1 kill, and this could be the opening for the higher ground now for Secret.
Such a good job with the way that the lanes were. Lotus Orb now as well finished up, so you're going to be able to have that Fiend Script capability. Know that it's the Lincoln Sphere though on the Pango. It's not necessarily the best use of their abilities, but even just to allow, for example, the BKB not to be popped super early on, even just providing the Lotus in onto the Enigma perhaps to allow that blink black hole while the BKB still isn't up quite yet on Rezo would be very big. But you've taken all the tier 2s, you know 100% that Roche is up, so they're just going to go back and claim it on Secret. Good vision set up to Zayat once again, playing a great game on his next assassin. They're pinging out exactly where he might be, knowing that they might need to go for the full wraparound in the lane, but he's just looking to get a little bit more aggressive with his position. He catches out the smoke from Makoshka, gets pinged out immediately, and they still secure the Roshan.
And they got a great ward to go to instantly on Secret. Team Spirit have to be so cautious if they stick out on the map here. Shove them back in, giving any breathing room. Spirit, they're in trouble. They still see Toronto Tokyo.
Yeah, but they should see that Niche is coming here. They should. Lincoln's gonna be popped.
Oh, he's gonna go from Baposhka instead. Easy pickings. Look short, tries to... Okay, relatively well done.
A pickoff's a pickoff, but yeah, able to get away with the double 4-staff coming through. Still a bit of the delay game though, isn't it?
That it is, but can they stall this high ground? Because it's time for Secret. 13,000 advantage. Maybe you're waiting for the basher to be completed on Crystallis.
only buybacks on the supports as well. Spirit realized that, look, we weren't able to hold out as much as we thought we were, even though they did a fantastic job. They got to commit with their items right now. And Toronto Tokyo, he's going into the Aghanim Scepter, hoping that they can win the next team fight. It's going to be a 5v6. They don't want to get Collapse caught out super early.
Ruptured up to the northern side. We'll be able to backfire enough away, and that's way too deep for Secret to attempt that, so...
Do you now get aggressive, though? You don't have to worry about the Rupture. You've got Toronto Tokyo with this Basher, with the Lotus Orb, might feel very, very capable of just moving in, taking this next team fight. You just got to fix the lanes. Bottom is fixed. Mid lane, they're doing a fairly decent job, but Chrysalis doesn't want to let them manipulate the map any further than they already have. They even gave the Aghanim shot over to Puppey, just so that they can get that AoE brain sap, so that they can make lanes constantly be in their favor and make these spirit moves more obvious. There's the gem for them, not wanting to get caught out.
Oh, Nisha! That's a big pick. You need the global.
Yeah. 1600 damage. They're going to test the buyback. Zayad's nearly able to get that blink in as well onto the swashbuckle. Could have potentially led to the death of Toronto Tokyo. Still going to lead to the racks going down.
Oh my god, Nisha's conquer, man. The amount of times I've seen him one-hit people. Oh, it's just so dumb.
1600 damage that time.
That's all they needed, just a little bit of luck from a crit. They see Yatoro out of the base. Uh-oh, scary, Yatoro. What can they do? No one else is nearby. It tries the Manta dodge. Looks like they just have to give up the Spectre's life. We'll try and TP out, but the Tidebringer again from Nisha. No buyback on the Spectre, and they're going to have to do it 4v5.
I don't think they're going to be able to. This is it. This is why Team Spirit, they are a very good team being able to stall it out this long, but Secret, their aggressive tempo. This feels like when they play their most successful Dota, when they're able to clump up together, when they're not waiting for this later game timing. With the mid lane pushing in, there's nothing stopping them from just converging in onto this top side. With the gem, they're going to even take out some of the vision that they've got with the Hawks. They still haven't managed it. I mean, the ancient Rumble Hide just, you know, trying to pull the waves to influence them that little bit further. Still feeling a little bit conscious of the fact that, well, can we go on this high ground? I think they can. No Aegis, minute and a half, no Spectre. And they're still playing scared. Puppey's all the way back at base.
Oh my lord. The consistent spam of the rocket flare down bottom. You finally are addressing. Puppey's like, give me these gold. Oh, it's a lot of farm too. Look. He's got a lot of net worth. I guess that is helping out with the Aghanim shard. But, alright, Spirit, they'll live to see another day. Ages only for a minute. You have to be a little bit concerned if Nisha gets his hand on a DD.
And he will. Alright. I want predictions. How much damage is he doing to Mira?
What did he do last time?
1600.
I'll say like 2100.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 2222.
Okay, sure, we'll go with that. So that's great positioning. Once again, you'd always expect it out of his next assassin. Sniffing out any opportunity that Spirit have to try and control the triangle.
Without Puppey there, though, they don't see that this Hawk has the entire amount of information about their positionings. And they see that they've got it watered as well. So Team Spirit, they're going to back off. Might go for the full wraparound, but it's going to be a little bit of work to be able to deal with both the super creeps in the mid lane, as well as that top lane that's pretty heavily pushing in. Double siege creep of their own is going to help matters, but I guess they don't really hate waiting as well. We saw how effective they were at timing out that Aegis at the perfect moment in the previous. It's only 5 seconds away, and they won't even get rid of the Observer Ward out there. Nisha said, get out of my base.
Right, there we go. Aegis ticks out. This game will continue on.
The boars.
Oh, Maposhka actually looking to jump in. Trying to poke from afar, not heavily committing to blow up Zayats. Toronto Tokyo's gonna get it. Oh no, the rolling thunder!
He's bash!
Bash from Chrysalis. He'll get out of the ultimate with a swashbuckle, but the positioning up to the right side. He'll look to TP, but Lorenzo, no hesitation. They're even gonna global for it. Maybe Toronto Tokyo, the abilities are on cooldown, they'll still chase him down. That is global silence used to no avail.
Beyond godlike as well on Chrysalis, really showing why you gotta give respect over to the man's heroes. Many of them were banned out in the draft, but they left the Bloodseeker through. Now they don't have that global, they don't have the Roar, they don't have the Pango left alive, and like Yatoro doesn't feel like he's ready either. He wants that Skadi, he wants that level 20, so he can tank up a little bit further. Titan Sliver's gonna help. He might have lost a second lane of Rax in the meantime.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Even with these siege creeps far enough away, never mind. They might just get cleaved down by the multi-shot, so could they stall this out again on Team Spirit? TPing all the way back to base even on Yatoro. Wanting to be there just to be able to poke out there with the Spectral Dagger. Without Pango there really isn't anyone that's going to be able to do the same amount of work except for the Beastbuster. The Rumblehide never really gets the love that he deserves, you know? Mostly it's the Thunderhide. It's the accuracy increase, but no one's holding a Butterfly, I don't think, so not going to be as big of an issue. No Halberds either.
Alright. What do we got in store for us? Game continuing to push on later. It's just, Spirit, you got to play some really slow fights and not heavily jump in the middle. You have this much of a net worth deficit that if you just face check 5 people, you're going to lose the team fight. It needs to be kind of the haunts to killing off the supports, just not heavily committing, in and out, dancing perfectly. It's really the name of the game. If you can kill off the Bane and the Nyx Assassin and kind of kite resolution, you might have an angle in, but these team fights are not going to be easy at all. There is such a deficit for them to overcome.
They're getting some nice neutral items. Like, this is the first time that they've been able to actually go out onto the map in what feels like 10 minutes. You know, they had 3 out of the tier 3 items at the 37-minute mark. So the fact that they've been able to get to these ancient camp, slightly higher likelihood for these items to drop, means that they get the Stormcrafter, they get the Timeless Relic. You're able to position yourself a little bit more effectively. Maybe Collapse without the BKB, if he gets hit by the Malefice, for example, could just Stormcrafter out of it instead. Level 20 on Yatoro, he's got the Skadi. Might be ready to fight.
It's for them. It feels like if you're going to smoke, you need to be carrying a ward to drop down. This nighttime, you know that Secret have held the gem for such a long time, so you don't really have any wards in a position that you can smoke to.
This is big as well, though, with the Witchbane. They've been able to pick that one up, so you're going to be able to pop a lot of these abilities that they're going to be putting onto people, right? Like the Lincoln Sphere on Bloodseeker. Maybe they get the lockdown that they need onto him with the Primal Roar if the cohesion is there. You know, Haunt, Blink in, get that Roar off, although, actually, never mind. Collapse doesn't have the Blink Dagger. He's going into the Octarine Core. Maybe you need to have a little bit of a change up here to be able to find that key pick off at the start of the fight, because Chrysalis is just getting out of control. He is out of control.
Oh, he's been out of control for kind of the entirety of this
18, 1 and 9.
It's a crazy performance from him. I don't think the Bloodseeker's won a game so far as well, unless some other things have happened throughout the other streams today, but yeah, I mean, it's his bread and butter. He's Grandmaster on the Bloodseeker, so...
What? You've got the Aghanims now on the Pango. You've got the extra swashbuckle damage as well from the level 20. So there's a lot more damage that Tokyo is able to do in these team fights. You gotta enable him, though. You gotta try and find that initial pick off there. Doesn't matter who, honestly. Could be anyone.
Maposhka's gonna go in. I'm gonna try and get rid of the Nyx Assassin through the team fight. Chrysalis, no hesitation with jumping to the cogs, and there will be no follow-up. Maybe trying to make some space, seeing if Yatoro can have an opening to deal with this final barracks down bottom.
He's got X marks back, though, so he's going to be able to deal with it and still make the retreat. Didn't put the Mjolnir onto the creep wave, so could have potentially used that to keep it extra shoved, but he's approaching his level 25. 2 rupture charges.
An aggressive jump on the high ground with the roar as well.
They found him.
Try and blow up Nisha. It's a lot of damage to start the fight. Down to the low ground they go, trying to target him with the Nyx Assassin. They'll be able to get a double kill.
And the gem.
What a perfect way to start the team fight on Spirit, and they want more now with this advantage. Yatoro trying to chase down Puppies, got to be cautious about the rupture. That'll just cover the retreat on Chrysalis, but they're still going to be able to catch up nonetheless. As Toronto Tokyo easily closes the distance, and Spirit don't even sweat it in that
Roche
team fight, and they can now consider about Roche.
Oh, you got one creep hitting into your tier 4s, but you don't care. The lane is pushed out enough. Maposhka dragging it away as well, just making sure that your own creep wave is able to overwhelm the super creeps. And like I was saying, it's just an individual pick-off that you need, right? Doesn't matter onto who, but you probably couldn't ask for someone better than Nisha to just be slightly out of position, get that initial stun through. They're going to commit the buyback on Puppy, but I don't think this is going to result in much. It's going to need to be the biggest black hole of all time from Rezo.
He does have Refresher, so he might be able to kind of force out the first Global Silence.
Found him,
They're
though.
going to jump in, though. Maposhka just controlling up the Enigma. He won't even have an opportunity to use the spells. Dancing in and out, Yatoro goes, and Puppy somehow got put on the high ground. He might be able to clean off Mirror, but Toronto Tokyo gets a lucky bash. Soon to be a dieback for Chrysalis. He wants to enter the fight as well. Being able to clean up the silencer up to the northern side. He's going to get some distance away, but Toronto Tokyo, hot pursuit, a bash there, and now he can bounce back, but Spirit, they want to get out.
Bash. Oh,
They are
Chrysalis
not
went
gonna
for the
stick
bash.
around.
He went for the lucky
Unfortunate that
bash. And bottom lane's pushing in. I mean, these double creep waves, they are just lasting for way too long. Someone, again, is going to need to come back. Puppy, yoink, says him, with the AoE Braid Sap. But, I mean, the damage that you're able to output, if you're able to just get in on top of them, it's reached this stage of the game. It's a 16k net worth lead, but it's a similar situation with the Rax. You've got the Aegis advantage as well.
Bayats, the sick collapse on the high ground. Rest of the boys could move over pretty fast because Nisha with some crits coming through for the Tidebringer, but they can turn it around. Team Spirit playing the distance. Another easy kill with a Global Silence to come. Oh my, just short. Ooh.
I know that feel. But, yeah, we get the bottom lane. I mean, Puppy, he's not there. He's just continuing to farm. Let me just have a look at the difference between the support's levels as well. Puppy nearly up to the level 20. Not going to really provide him too much in these fights, right? The Nightmare cooldown, it's nice, I suppose, just to be able to juke out perhaps some of these Rolling Thunders or maybe even the Roar if you're really on point. But he is one of the prime targets if Spirit are able to find him position-wise. So it does feel like they're just doing every little thing right. Team Spirit right now to give them the chances to get back into this game. Maybe even looking to play more around this bottom side. You know that they're going to drag people down here to have to deal with this lane. Maybe you can find a pick-off as they try and deal with it.
We've spoken a lot about Spirit's late game and how we feel like this is a five-man that might have the advantage over Secret. I'm really intrigued to see how Chrysalis is going to be able to scale. I think Bloodseeker with the Ag Shard is very, very undervalued, and in a game like this where you're going up against a Spectre who's going to have a crap load of health, I mean the Beastmaster as well, like if he gets, I think Swiftblink and Abyssal, I think he might be able to do it for Secret.
I think he might need Silver Edge on top of that. Just for the break, but not even just the break for the Spectre's potential, right? Also, you're going up against the Aghanim Scepter on the Pango, not necessarily just within the ball. Every single time that you're using your shield crash, you're swashbuckling, right? So he's going to be going for that disarm. You want to make sure that that doesn't happen to you. You want to make sure that you just get that instant jump there and you're able to lock him down.
Anyone shows on the map, they might just die. Yatoro's got a DD. So Secret got to play a little bit more group together for the next 40 seconds or so. Making sure you don't give a freebie away. As soon as you get that kill on Spirit, you can now start to swarm into Secret's territory. See if they can set up. Starting to move down bottom. Crystal's going to TP out. Zayat's in the jungle at the moment. Maposhka was smoked. They've got the vision of the Nyx Assassin as well. Maposhka just needs to line up, and he'll do it perfectly. A great hook shot from the Clockwork, and now you got 70 seconds where you don't have to worry about the Nyx. But Secret, multiple heroes showing down bottom, so they're going to maybe make a play up top.
Have to contend with a pretty healthy creep wave again. Is there a reason they're using this Rumble Hide instead? Maybe just the attack speed aura they feel like is going to provide the extra Radic potential rather than just the simple right clicks?
Radiant's middle
You don't need
tower
the accuracy
I
for
can't.
anything.
Not that I can see, no, so... Yeah, I'm not sure. You sure? Okay. Jeez. What are the Sages going for next? Lincoln's on the Conquer, almost level 25 as well, so probably going to see the Tidebringer cooldown, considering he really needs to be scaling damage as this game continues to go on.
Nearly got it as well. He had the Aghanim Scepter queued up for the longest time, again, just trying to provide a little bit more space, perhaps some of that chaos that Resolution needs, because we haven't seen that huge black hole yet this game. That's one of the things that could look to bring Secret back into this one, but how many times do you see a team go from a 16k to a 10k net worth lead, and slowly but surely, the opposing team is just closing in on your territory? It should be the opposite a lot of the time, but that's just the power of the Spectre, the power of the Vision, and the inability of Secret's heroes to be able to deal with this pushing style of draft.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Momentum is completely swung. They will be able to avoid the Aegis advantage. At least not lose a big team fight. But it has given Team Spirit so much now. Pretty much an angle back into this game. T2 Towers just getting claimed mid. Slow poke from Collapse. And there's going to be no response. So looks like our final outer tower is going to go down.
Go the Tiebreaker cooldown as well.
tower has
Just
fallen.
really wanting to enable Nisha as much as possible. And he's tired of getting caught out as well. Lincoln Sphere, next item built up for him. He's gone into the Silver Edge as well. So, I mean, I really don't see Yatoro ever being in a position where he's going to be caught out first. He's nearly level 25 as well. So, no matter what option he looks to go down towards, whether it be the Haunt damage or just the extra mid from the Dispersion, he sold the Blade Mail, so maybe he's going to choose Dispersion. He wants the instant pick off.
Again, far forwards. The jump in's going to be there. Nisha's going to try and turn it around off the back of the Tidebringer. There's a lot of damage to be able to start the team fight. It's Toronto Tokyo is going to get overwhelmed. A Secret. 0 casualties from them. A beautiful skirmish.
Is they ended up popping the Haunt for that one as well, and I'm sure they're going to be aware of that. Still waiting for that black hole. You know, they didn't pop the Global Silence for it, so clearly they were thinking that we just need to be able to save this for the Enigma. That's the thing that's going to be able to bring Secret back into this game. It's so hard to say that with an 11k lead, right? But it does feel like if they are able to get that big 4-5 man wipe, then they can actually look to aggressively push out these lanes.
They need to try and control their jungle though. With these 2 pickoffs, you need to start to deal with the map, and they're going to do it as a team. Spirit, they have this potential to go for these pickoffs thanks to the Spectre. So there's 1 ward gone. Should be able to get some more as well with the outpost control. So this is incredibly important now for Secret. Gives them a position that they're not too worried about Spirit having full control over.
They're still going so heavy down that burst route though, aren't they? On Team Spirit. Got the Refresher Orb available on Collapse. You would imagine the Blink Dagger's set to come after that. You know, they've got great ways to jump with the clock, with the Pango, but they just need that extra layer.
Zayats. Gotta find one. He's got Puppy nearby. Yatoro's gonna jump in and just assassinate the bait.
He's out!
And get out as well. They didn't need the Global Silence to counter it, but they've used the first one. Where's the Refreshers coming into play? But it looks like both sides are gonna back up.
Split the middle with that hook shot. I mean, you understand the Global Silence every single time that you see the black hole. That's why you're using it. He's even been able to pick up the Refresher Orb as well. Silencer, one of the better heroes to actually carry it these days. Not, of course, just for the double usage, but you're always going to need that extra mana regen coming through.
It really seems like that's probably what it's gonna be. Like Yatoro jumping in onto one target and Rezo just waiting for him to use the Shadow Step. Where you try and pop the black hole first time, and then global out, and then you use it a second time to follow up again afterwards.
Medium length Roche respawn as well.
Zayats, another jump with Crystallis nearby, plenty of damage. Collapse gonna be able to cover with the Raw. Yatoro's in as well. They just blow up the Bloodseeker. And now they're looking for more as Yatoro is gonna be able to catch out Resolution. In and out they go. Have they got detection though? A great timing with the blink, but the Hawk is there to scout out the Enigma. Spirit, they will not be able to move on over.
Clockwork's got the hook shot available. Again, it's just all about that vision. Coming up in a couple of seconds. Could he catch someone on the retreat, or could potentially Nisha be the one? And he goes for the 1 shot. 2 shot, that'll do.
The rest of the boys are coming. This has been such a weird game.
Oh yeah.
42 to 18.
50 minutes in, 10 minutes away. I don't want to jinx it.
Tokyo mid lane. Sides with the jump. Nisha's got the follow-up as well. Yatoro needs to try and protect him, but the Spectre's not going to do enough. Another big kill for Secret to find him. Resolution's ready to rock and roll. In with the black hole, but the instant counter. Collapse. Going to be able to cover the retreat, but they have to break. Yatoro's in some trouble for the moment. Nisha needs to pump the damage out, but the Global Silence not going to be enough. A hook shot into the middle, but Zayats, the finishing blow, cutting off the head of the Spectre. But can they get more out of this Secret? They're nearby as 3, but Toronto Tokyo wants revenge and is going to be able to find it. Catching up to the Nyx Assassin, over to the Bloodseeker, he goes next as well, but the rupture from Crystallis, the double rupture as well, but Collapse. A fortunate look around the TPR, but he gets the Vash! Crystallis finds 2, and he's looking for more.
He's looking for more, but it might not need it. Buyback coming out from the entire team out of Team Spirit right now. They've got one buyback remaining, just the silencer. I don't think you can look to go for these little pickoffs. I guess Roche is back up. You did need to commit the buyback on the Bloodseeker. They're going down the safer route. It'll probably mean that he could look to go into that Abyssal Blade as well, but they had to win that fight on Secret. They absolutely had to. You expended the buyback on Chrysalis, and he pops the BKB, gets the bash on Toronto Tokyo as he uses his own buyback and tries to TP away, gets the bash with all of that attack speed onto Collapse as well, opens up the Roche pit for themselves. And the Aegis still left on the ground there as Chrysalis able to pick it up.
Alright, fourth Roche of the game, the components. We got the Aegis on Chrysalis, Scepter. Resolution's holding it for the moment. Nisha's got the cheese and Refresher Shard as well for the Conquer.
You just got to enable Chrysalis to go in and right-click. I think it's that simple. He's got the Abyssal. You want to try and end the game now? Yeah, I would say so. Lots of buybacks being expended. You find a pick-off onto any of these cores, and you could just feel so confident. So Spirit, they're going to be holding themselves up inside the base. I know they like to make these super aggressive moves when they feel like they have no right to, but this isn't the time for it. As Nisha looks to join the rest of his team after fixing the bottom side. They know he's there. Can they wait out this 25 seconds? They've got the glyph.
It's such
they're
an
looking to try and
incredibly hard
bait.
defense.
Look at this. Look at this micro coming out from the Spectre. They're trying to get them to jump in onto him, but it's just the illusion. They're not going to take it.
Linken's popped and instantly applying the Lotus Sword. They need Mirror. He's really important with the team fights.
Lots of
Not
damage,
going to
though.
die to the TP on Rupture.
Dire structures are fortified.
He's close enough. Oh, look at this. I believe they actually gave the Scepter over to Zayat, so now he's just borrowed up on the high ground.
I know.
Oh, follow up. Oh my god. Oh, Conquer, what a hero.
Dire's top barracks
Got a late game man like this. Nisha's even got a rapier queued up as well. We might not even need it though. Hookshot just shy. Mirror's the only one with buyback on Team Spirit.
The only one that they could afford to put forward that little bit further, and they're just going to go down the safe route on a Secret. They make the jump.
On Thunder. Onto Chrysalis, but instantly Linken's pop. And the use of the Rupture and the Black Hole as well for good measure. But there's the buyback. Been able to counter out the Black Hole. A lot of spells casted for the initial life. But how can they reset for round two as Nisha jumps over the tree line, over to Collapse they go. A second round of the Stormcraft that gets some distance away. They'll be able to kill off the Bloodseeker. But can they set up for round two? They don't have enough members on Spirit for the moment. As into the middle they go. But there's the Global once again. But it might not matter. As Chrysalis stacking up the attack speed. Bash up to bash. Fiend's Grip now for good measure. They've locked onto their target and there might be no escape for the Spectre. A dieback for Yotoro, and now the rest of the team will be buried 6 feet under as they had to work for it Secret. It'll take him 54 minutes to take this game too, but what an incredible victory for them.
And what an incredible performance by Chrysalis in particular. You give the man some of his comfort. I want to see the team getting around him as, instantly Poppy walks over, make sure to give him the fist bump, a bit of a cuddle. Come on, it's needed after such an intense game because Team Secret, they needed that win. They were on the cusp of potentially being one of those teams on the upper side of the lower bracket, and with this, maybe they've just solidified their chances by taking a game off one of the more favored teams and giving themselves a 7-5 series score, I believe. So very, very nice win coming through from them. A confidence-boosting one as well.
Yeah, without a doubt. A very draining series, and I should say game, I can imagine. You see Spirit,
Very powerful. Okay.
From them. Bottom
But Dubu, he's got the poison touch now on to Pure. Pure, who does
for them. So, yeah, again, this
A lot of
Give me the refill.
as well. Yeah, I'll take
Sometimes you have to make your own luck.
Piper Boga dying.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, DJ hanging around mid, seeing if he can bait anyone out with an illusion rune or something like that, but that doesn't seem to be happening. Oh, this might be smart actually. If he brings a tiny illusion up to top and shows that, then... Or he might get an idea, but the problem is this is all happening under an observer of Orisu the entire time, so...
Genuel, he saw that there was a party in the mid lane.
Yep, unfortunately he isn't invited, and well, he might get kicked out, but that's how they don't have enough damage with the tombstone on the high ground. It's going to force back the side of Asta. They don't want to get caught out by a sniper under this, so They will respect it. Meanwhile, whilst that was happening, Ori was able to dodge out the gank that Tiny was trying to set up onto him quite nicely.
Yeah, kind of awkward. Just everybody looking at each other in the mid lane. They're really getting away with this sniper pick currently. It's like Raven is the next target at bottom.
Yeah, they really need to make one of these connect. So Baboka gets on top of him, throws him down with the tramples, following him into the tree line here. Raven didn't level up the Sunder, so won't have that option available as a save. But Baboka, he's all by his lonesome, and no one is coming in to finish off his kill. So Raven survives, gets the kill. Armel got a peep Siamese on the side as well. Oh, dearie me. Fnatic are owning these guys.
Yeah, that looked really good. The decision from Raven picking up the bracer on top of the treads, keeping him alive. Aster overestimating their damage a little bit. The silencer not really bringing that much to the table here, especially with no point in the last word for that little bit of extra burst. And again, another game of it. The Aster supports doesn't really feel like they're accomplishing a whole lot in the laning stage. So this time around, they're looking for jabs.
Alright, this is a more attainable kill. They should be able to bring him down. Does have a black hole with the damage coming out from Ori. Not going to happen. Aster, they finally connect something with this Primal Beast, but yeah, Baboka absolutely not having the game he wants.
Oh, and it's a double damage sniper. It's about to come take a look at your mid-tier 1.
Yeah, I think the difference here is that Armel sacrificed like a full-on horse to the rune gods this morning. Meanwhile, you know, or Ori only sacrificed like a hamster or something.
Right.
Not enough. They weren't satisfied, so
Dire
he gets the
structures
illusion
are
rune on the wrong side of the river. Armel gets a DD when the lane is unoccupied and gets to do a shit ton of damage to the tower.
top tower is under attack.
There's some occult stuff
Radiant
happening at this TI,
structures are
apparently.
fortified.
Every TI, every TI.
Yeah. Oh, and that jab just rotates in here, you know, given the Vladzor, they got the Eidolons. They're just gonna get this. Aster, the only attempted play is to put some damage onto this offlane tier 1.
Radiant's top tower
But who
is under
cares
attack.
if you're
Dire's middle tower
Fnatic?
has fallen.
Success. Getting caught here, big damage from Raven.
It's a bit too much, isn't it? They might actually be able to get away, and now with Ori looking for the turnaround play onto DJ here. Needs a little bit more to bring him down, but has the Tumbler's Toy to stay on top of him. We will be able to call for Tiny. Meanwhile, over on the side of the map, we have a bit of a kerfuffle with Jabs and Baboka trading it. Oh! Okay. Nevertheless, Monet still likely to die here. Going for the TP away. Do they have to cancel? They do not. Monet survives. Okay. Gets himself to safety.
Make
What's
sure
that tip for onto
that you're all
Jabs?
the way out before you hit him with the tip.
Is under attack.
I don't know what that tip was about. I didn't see any spells misused there or anything. Don't worry, Jabs. Your secret's safe with us.
It was close. I think it was, you know, some of it is about the camera perspective around that area. I just thought that he could get it, but
Radiant's
God, I want you as my coach. You know, you sound great. Gonna give me all the big enough I need. You're a silver linings kind of guy, glass half full kind of fella, aren't you, basically?
yeah, that's me. But yeah, even with that, Fnatic, you know, they don't need too many people making excuses for them. The early game is looking fantastic. They're mowing down these towers. All of the cores are absorbing farm, and Aster just kind of waiting for, I guess, the Blink Dagger on XXS. He's got big net worth, but he's also got a whole bunch of small items so far. So only 400 gold worth of progress towards the Blink Dagger so far, but it'll come up pretty quickly with the Empower. Just have to see if that can be a turning point for
Radiant's
them.
bottom tower is under
Yeah.
attack. Radiant's bottom
Yeah, still
tower
waiting
has
for their
fallen.
timings before they really start kicking into force. And there will come a point in this game where, you know, they are able to go and take some fights, and I think Fnatic will have to avoid them for a while. We'll see the kind of cat and mouse come out, but as we said, as they've come out of this laning phase with advantage, that point in the game is going to be later and later on than Aster would like.
Do you think these like super high skill mechanical mid 12k players like playing the sniper? Is it just a nice change of pace? It's like a little vacation for you to just just right click people, throw out some shrapnels, hoo hoo ha ha. You don't have to phase shift dodge any spells.
Yep.
Just chill.
Go from like 1,000 APM to like 1 APM.
Yeah.
Just A-click jungle.
Tower is under attack.
Tumble toy forward,
have a
looking for this
Capri
DJ kill.
Yeah,
Give
he's
me
trying to go
an-
for the TP out. And oh, he's got it. Jesus, that was close. Woohoo!
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
A couple of very close TPs in this game so far. Both the Drow and the Tiny get themselves out of danger, but managing to survive through it. But yeah, this Farm Fest definitely feeling good for Fnatic right now. What timing are we looking for in Asta? That's a question I want to ask.
Yeah, just the blink.
That's it.
Yeah, they've given XXS the primo farm on the map. He's been taking the Ancients, so I think they realize exactly what the timing needs to be. And
yeah, the gourmet creeps, the foie gras of the creep world.
This is premium stuff.
Absolutely.
Michelin star.
Baboka trying to set up onto jabs here a little bit. Once again, you know, his team's just not with him as Armel gets a kill onto Sansa around the side. And looks like Baboka, his days are numbered. He's running for the tree line here, but jabs are staying upon him. We'll have a lot of right clicks to offer into this, and with the zombies leading the way as well, they just need to follow it though. Onslaught across, right clicks to follow, TP out from Baboka. Alright, he gets away. Meanwhile, Marne's just like, the team's set. No, never mind.
Daniel makes it back just in time.
Absolutely not. You're not killing my tombstone.
DJ and Armel still running around. The sniper being a whole lot more active than we maybe anticipated coming out of the draft, but he's an absolute menace on the map currently.
Yeah, this tempo sniper is pretty sick as he runs forward here onto Monet. Monet backing away. Shrapnel's coming down. The right clicks are there. Oh, they're throwing in the sniper. My God, that is aggressive, but it's going to pay off as they get the kill. Now, can he get himself out? That is a question. Baboka unleashed onto Januel. As, well, Siamese taking some heavy hits on the front lines. They really want to bring down the sniper. Nice drag back from XXS. He has the RP. Doesn't even want to use it, though. Just go for the budget. They're actually going to toss out Armel. Armel's still surviving. He's turning around. Baboka running through. He's actually going to be able to not get caught by the black hole. They need to finish him off. And a nice little shockwave from XXS does get it done, but at what cost? 3 heroes dead on the side of Asta. Not looking great for them, as XXS will move across towards the tree line, skewer himself down, and will survive. But, whew, that sniper getting off some real deeps before he does drop 2,300 damage inside this early game fight. That's a lot of peeps.
Yeah, we had the full duality of Tiny there. He tossed in sniper, he almost got him killed, and then he somehow finds this toss out. DJ with the perfect positioning to lob him over onto jabs. And even though they get the sniper killed in the end, comes at a very hefty cost for Aster. They do still have the RP, and there's no black hole now, and no meta either. So it should be Aster just going and making another immediate play somewhere on the map.
I like how the sniper is basically DJ's volleyball at this point. He's just throwing him around. He's having fun. Like,
DJ spotting Ori, gonna toss him back.
it's a big pick. Can they do the damage? I think they can. Look at the sniper just blasting away at Ori here. Absolutely taking him down. XXS was nearby, tried to go for the blink, but it did get cancelled by the shrapnel, so won't be able to help out.
These long-range damage dealers just absolutely destroying the Leshrac. He's having not the worst game, but net worth is suffering a little bit after these last couple of deaths. And they just don't seem to be able to kick Fnatic out of their jungle. They're playing together, and once again, just able to look at this Roshan play with the Undying and the Enigma.
Get in that pit, Fnatic, take down that Aegis, Asta. They still have the RP, but they're not making any moves over towards this area of the map right now. They're letting Fnatic get away with it.
Okay. Super quiet game from Baboka. Doesn't feel like the Primal Beast has really been able to do all that much. And this was their, this was the priority for them. Now he's getting caught out.
Yeah, he's being thrown back. We'll see what he can do with this onslaught. And he does get himself back to where he was before, but DJ's still waiting for him. Armel peeps him down. Another kill for the sniper. Oh, there we go. Jump in. Hook. In comes Ori as well, following up with a split earth as well. Januel surviving for a slightly long time, but does eventually fall. But DJ, he's going to throw it all on. Uh-oh, that might not be good. Can they follow with a split earth? Yes, they can. Gust is there. Not the toss you were looking for, my friend. Armel, is he going to fall? He force-stuffs himself across, but Ori's on top of him, takes him down the once. Can they do it a second time? Is the question. The answer seems to be no, because Fnatic are well behind their sniper at this point, but DJ, he's just tossing everything in sight right now. It's very entertaining.
Yeah, it's like amazing toss, questionable toss, amazing toss, questionable toss.
I'm getting whiplash.
Yeah. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not on the sniper. Maybe if you just thrown him onto Enigma, because XXS ends up surviving as well because he just he just pieces out up that ramp and away he goes. So kind of giving away the Aegis for free. Still
I
Fnatic
feel like
holding the
DJ
lead.
has like 2 switches, you know, it's either go, 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 kill everyone, like just get in there and fight, or back, run away, toss
Yep.
out time. So it's one extreme or the other, and you need to be very, very aware of what mode he's in, because if you're the sniper, you're going in. If he wants you to go in, you're in.
I think we are seeing a bit of why Tiny is so popular. The skill ceiling on this hero is just insane, especially with Toss.
Yeah,
Once they changed it to like, oh, it always grabs the closest unit, people have gotten so good at just picking their target. It's almost like it's vector targeted at this point, right? Like we see people getting into the middle of a whole bunch of creeps, but positioning perfectly with phase boots and always getting their man. There's DJ. All right.
Yep.
So the toss back.
Just another toss back. DJ finding absolutely everybody. This is a brutal performance so far from Fnatic. After getting completely shut out of the map, the stuff they're able to find is just kind of very, very small in response to what Fnatic have been able to get. Monet is farming, sure. So is XXS, so is Ori, but Sniper and Raven, Armel and Raven, who are absolutely calling the shots this game.
Yeah. They can still win the team fights. I think that's still possible. Fnatic gonna have to be really careful with their positioning. As we saw in the last game, it's the same dynamic here. You're not going to be able to completely rely on the black hole to win you the fights. Siamese Cat is already preparing himself. He's just skipping straight to the end this time. He does have Tranquil Boots for now, but he's got the Philosopher's Stone, and he's already got the Refresher queued up. So he's planning for retirement to that fountain.
Yeah, it's not even bothering with the 4 stuff this time around for Mr. Siamese. Just heading straight there. He's even got his Philosopher's again, as you say. Run it back.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Interestingly, there is an Aether Lens on the Enigma. This is something we've seen a couple of times. It's giving you an extra bit of cast range on Black Hole, can make it really unexpected about what you're able to pull off here, even without the Blink Dagger. And he's going to go for the Aghanim Shard instead, so going for a slightly different build this time around. Just not really wanting to go for the full committal into the Black Hole build with a Silencer in the game.
A little bit of a team fight. DJ can look for the toss back.
Feels very aggressive as they will charge back onto 2, and again, not using the RP, just letting them die naturally, and the Global Silence will come down here as Baboka getting on top of the Sniper. Sniper full staff down to the low ground, TP out. Looks like he is going to make it, as is Jabs. Yep, they're both out safely. Asta, they get themselves a couple of cool little kills, nothing major, but still getting space back on the map for themselves, which is very important.
It's very nonchalant from Fnatic just walking up there. I don't think they were expecting to run straight into 5 Aster heroes. And nicely done by the Primal Beast. Sees that the skewer back has already happened. Gets straight in there, puts some pressure on the Sniper. It makes it very difficult for Armel to just sit there and get the auto attacks down. Sniper's about to grab a DD. Baboka, gotta be careful.
Gotta respect this, but they did not respect it at all.
He didn't even hit the
Baboka gets
ground.
caught out in the middle lane. Yeah, he really didn't. It's like clay pigeon shooting for Armel. Pull.
And line up the next one. DJ's got another toss ready. Okay, just the same play. In we go. This time around with a ward on the high ground.
Yeah, that's scarpering. Asta, nowhere near. Definitely not getting caught out this time.
You still have the RP, and XXS is the legend on this Magnus. He's gonna get him back.
Nice drag back on the Sniper, but again, the 4 stuff to try and get him safety. Another one as well, but Ori's in deep. He wants to bring him down. The Thunder from Raven. Is it enough to save him? Black Hole comes out from Jabs. They've caught them both inside of it. Oh my god, it's beautiful from Fnatic. They will take down 2 and they'll move across some more. Baboka next on the shopping list here, and Raven stays alive. The balls for that Thunder is absolutely ridiculous from Raven. How? And a nice little assassinate on to the Siamese Cat to finish off that fight. How does he go for that Thunder, though? That's absolutely insane.
Just a cherry on top. Man, it looked... This was just crazy. The force... so the Pike into a second Force Staff. Yeah, and he was on a sliver of HP when they saved him there. dragging everything back into jabs, and I guess they didn't have the global, so could not deal with it there.
My goodness, the team fight execution from Fnatic in this game is just looking absolutely crisp, buttery smooth, and XXS, he can't even get off these RP. I don't think we've seen a single RP yet.
There was the one that DJ tossed him on top of the sniper, but yeah, other than that, not too many. Mostly just playing for the horn toss plays. And Aster's still gonna make it go.
DJ throwing them into the black hole as well. Like even that there, like and that was communicated as well. Because the black hole was coming out like immediately as that was happening. So, gosh, these guys have been practicing. These guys have been playing some Dota.
Yeah, they're certainly looking good if they can just keep the sniper alive. Armel's got a BKB now, so after some of the changes from the previous TI, you're not disabled during the horn toss anymore, so you can potentially get the BKB off and be fine. That's probably what he's kind of playing for. Also looking for the BKB on Raven, so same story for him. And Aster just kind of back to the drawing board a little bit. You can see the plan developing, right? Like already picking up this Blink Dagger. They just want to get on top of these two big damage dealers in the back lines. But the 4-step's proving pretty annoying, and DJ going to be going for yet another one.
Yeah, he's poking forwards here. They are under a ward though of Aster, so Aster will have good information of the area and won't get caught out here at all. What's the game plan for us now? I mean, you keep saying it needs to be XXS jumping in and finding the plays, but it seems like every play he makes, there's like 10 coming back his way from Fnatic.
They smoked right on the ward.
Uh-oh. Well, it'll be fairly easy for Fnatic to scout this one out. But in they go, RP onto just skewering back the one. Not sure how that happened, but either way, DJ is going to be losing his life here. But it's a big commitment just for a kill onto DJ, and Armel and Raven are already chasing forwards, trying to get onto Ori here. Ori needs a full stuff, he needs something, and there's just nothing there. Assassinate comes through, boom! Ori taken down.
And Aster already scrambling. Even if they'd gotten that second skewer back, if they don't kill one of the big range damage dealers at the start, I think this is just the fate of the Leshrac every single fight.
Yeah.
Like if he's not blinking on top of one of them and mowing them down, I don't know what they can really do.
And this is pre-Skadi as well. Like I thought Skadi was going to be the point where Raven started looking scary, but he's fighting Phil already. Looks great, and the Leshrac can't approach him.
Yeah, so long as him and the sniper are like close enough to both hit the Lesh, but not close enough together to be RP'd. You don't quite want to be holding hands. It's very, very difficult for Ori to get in here and do his job. Felt like the first couple of days of TI groups, this Lesh was really running out of control, and as we're getting here into day 3 and later in the competition, it does seem like we're starting to see some of these answers develop in the meta, and maybe Lesh can stop being such a high priority for some of these teams.
Yeah, maybe it does seem to be answered, and that's the thing about these groups, right? Like things get picked, things get discovered, things get answered. You need to adapt, you need to change priorities, and all the time you're playing like 2 or 3 series a day, best of 2s, scrimming. It's pretty intense.
Yeah, the meta develops super quickly. And Fnatic, alright, back on this ward that did not get dewarded earlier, spotted the smoke. Got a BKB on their Drow Ranger, so maybe Monet can commit in, take a duel to the death against the Terrorblade, perhaps. Just see how many marksmanship procs he gets.
Will he get lucky? It's tricky, especially when there's 2 of them. There's 2 snipers in this game, really. Raven and Armel both playing these range right clickers as XXS going to jump out, grab the Arcane Rune. He's on a cliff. They place a ward here, or a shrapnel, or a tombstone. Uh-oh, XXS has been seen as DJ jumps on top of him, tosses him back over towards the illusion. 4-staff out from XXS, though. He's going to be okay. They'll look towards DJ, and DJ should be brought down, but Armel on the cliff, doing a lot of damage, or he needs to back himself away, and he will do exactly that. I kind of feel like this Leshrac needs like a wait, Baboka! Oh dear, he tried to get in the back lines of the fight, but unfortunately the fight was over, so he just ends up doing a bit of a feed, so that'll make it a 1-for-1.
Success.
XSS finds a big snipe onto Raven. Raven popping the BKB. Monet, does he get the procs? Gets a couple, but he needs more. And there is a Sunder available from Raven. Going to use it onto Januel. So Monet turns around, changes target, but needs to stay away from Raven here. Has the gusto. Raven, I'm not sure he's going to survive this fight as Monet takes him down. Assassinate out onto Monet. Not going to be enough damage to finish the job, though. 50 HP. Drow walks away. Oh man, that was a very close fight between both these teams. But Roshan is now wide open as Armel waddles into the pit, but not sure he's able to take it, especially not with Asta still hanging around.
Yeah, the fight kind of split in two. They did get the blink from the Lesh on top of Sniper, and Armel just popped his BKB and shredded him. It was absolutely no problem whatsoever. It's only the Edict damage going through. But yeah, being able to kill Raven, they do get kind of the reset. Both teams vying for the vision control of this high ground. Eidolon's going to snipe the courier. Okay. Roshan fight number 2. This time, RP's actually back in 20 seconds. XXS did have the arcane rune, so this might be a little bit unexpected if you're a Fnatic.
Let's see if they have that one clocked. So it'll be very interesting to see how they position themselves for this next fight. And look at the scribbles coming out as well. They know exactly where Astra are hanging out. They are gathered around this ward. Because the other cliff, it belongs to Fnatic at the moment. And DJ is defending it as well. So anyone that comes to try and be warded, like the Boca, is just going to get tossed back into his team. Goodbye, my friend.
Did manage to get rid of the ward.
But
okay.
Yeah, they get replaced.
Yeah, and another one. And more Roshan standoff. A little bit of illusion split pushing on the side. Alright, Armel just poking at it. They don't have to take any damage to slowly bring this one down, forcing the hand of Aster. We do have a smoke. Success in position. He's got the Aether Lens, so he can reach all the way into the pit here.
Ooh, doesn't catch anyone. And DJ looking to throw him back, but also doesn't catch anyone. This poor Eidolon's been around the world in 30 days. It's been tossed around everywhere. But Roshan is getting low without the Blink Dagger available to Magnus. They won't be able to stop it. Aegis now into the hands of Armel Asta. They cannot fight this one.
I think there was a brief thought about some of them, blinking in to try and swipe the Aegis, but they thought better of it. Not that desperate just yet, but the game does feel like it's kind of getting out of Aster's hands. The Leshrac not really feeling like he's going to be scaling too much, and the Sniper and the Terrorblade just getting huge.
We kind of have to look towards Baboka a little bit there as well, because twice now he got caught out on that ward. I understand the want to try and de-ward it, and it's better you die than the Sniper, than the Silencer, sorry, but I'm not sure you can go for that. I'm just really not sure you can challenge that cliff. Whoever call that was to try and take that area. I mean, I guess it has to be the Magnuses. He must be saying, if you go, I'll come.
Yep.
But
yeah, I'll
a bit too quick on the
I'll cover you. What do they spot? I see jabs across the river. Double damage sniper.
But they're going to go for it anyway. They drag back the Enigma, and with the Gust there to make sure there's no black hole, they will be able to take him down. Monet is actually going to start fighting with DJ. DJ tries to bring him down, but this double damage sniper is just going to absolutely shred Ori. So Asta, they realize it's time to go.
It's a 4-staff game, and Monet's got another one in a second. Is it going to be too much damage?
Yeah, let's see. XXS, can he do anything about this? 4-staff up to the high ground. The misses are there, and Monet will survive. Awfully close, though. Getting sweaty for the side of Asta now.
Yeah, it's tough. Every time they get even a little bit... It's never the Sniper, right? Armel is never getting caught. And even if he does it at the moment, it's got the Aegis. So you might just be risking all getting black holed. Sansa's he's given up on the refresher orb plan for now. He's just going to pick up a Glimmer Cape. He's back in active duty. He's going to be on the front lines.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
No fountain hanging for him today, especially with this Enigma not really going for the refresher orb build this time around. Doesn't even have a Blink Dagger yet. He's just got Octarine. Octarine shard.
Yeah, if I don't get to press Black Hole, I'm going to get to press a whole bunch of Malefice. What are you going to do about it? It is pretty strong, this new upgrade with the stun duration as well. Very, very annoying for these Aster heroes in fights. We saw Baboka get hit by one, and that was the end of him, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's really hard to try and escape from that. It's like goes from being a kind of 10% stun up time maybe on normal Amalthus to being about like 40%, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty. These Force Stabs, the Ogre Seal Totem, they just can't keep DJ locked down.
Yeah, it's very annoying. Bouncing himself away to safety.
Do you think Ogre Seal Totem's getting nerfed? It feels maybe a little too good. A free self-force staff is...
Then again, I said the same thing about Tumblr's Toy, and everyone seems happy with it, so.
Yeah. I think Tumblr's Toy less egregious. And the sound effect is too good. That's the problem.
True. It is adorable.
Not an easy high ground to hold against the long-range siege of the sniper.
What an obnoxious tombstone.
Yeah. We said there wasn't that much frontline for him, but turns out he doesn't really need it when he's got this BKB and an Aegis. XXS just can't get through the wall of shrapnels.
Yeah, pretty annoying. Monet trying to get rid of the illusions. I mean, maybe XXS has an opportunity now, but look at the pings coming out onto him. The moment he shows himself, they're just like, ping, ping. This guy's here. Oh, they got a sniper. That's a big target. Can they bring him down? They'll throw him back really, really far here. And Arnell is going to lose his first life. The rest of the team, they need to push in and bring him down. They'll try and deal with Baboka on the sidelines here as they push to try and help him out, but the RP is there. But the BKB comes out from Armel just in time. Monet still trying to stand and fight. They have lost Baboka. Buyback from him. Fnatic, what can they do? They are going to try and leave the base right now. I don't think they're sticking around too long. They're saying that Armel's still in the neighborhood. Baboka's going to try and grab him, but he's going to immediately die again. Baboka not having much of a game here as DJ's in on the back lines and he's going to get finished off, so they lose the Tiny. Now it's time to leave. Fnatic, they take the barracks though and they get themselves away. XXS, he wants to find for more here, but it's so damn difficult. Fnatic are keeping a very solid line. They've got the vision down as well, so XXS likely won't be able to make the catch. They do have a ward though. Just over here, they see the sniper. XXS, he's going to try and go for Jabs instead, but Jabs manages to get a Malphus upon him instead. XXS is going to fall. Black Hole comes down, but cancelled out immediately by the Silencer. As Ori runs in, he's got the Nihilism to try and deal the damage to the Enigma, but not quite enough in the up. Now, my Monarch snipes from the low ground. Very nicely done by the Drow. An interesting fight split across the map here.
Yeah, the action is non-stop. We didn't get to watch any of that replay. Jabs thought that he could finally get the black hole off there, but very quickly thwarted by Silencer, fulfilling his one mission in life. And that whole high ground push, not the cleanest execution from Fnatic, but they got exactly what they came for, right? It was all just about getting that lane of racks. The sniper didn't end up dying the second time. There was a nice little play from Baboka, or you could frame it as DJ messing up a little bit. He blinked right on top of the Drow, trying to toss her out, and just happened to be right on top of the onslaught. So, a few things not quite going Fnatic's way, but overall, still a totally fine high ground push, and could just reset, wait for heroes, and potentially go again. If they've got the meta off cooldown in 30 seconds.
Yeah, very possible they just want to play off their cooldowns at the moment. They feel strong, that's for sure. I mean, no Aegis on the sniper. Actually, probably going to prevent them. I reckon with the way Fnatic's been playing this series, they're going to respect Aster and just try and hold the line.
Yeah, the tricky thing for Ori in these fights is he can do a lot with the Nihilism, but there's no reason for anybody on Fnatic to press BKB other than the Leshrac being on top of them, right? Like, there's nothing that really threatens them. Maybe if they get gusted or something, but the Raven's already got a Manta, so it's like I don't know how you find these kills, unless it's a really prolonged team fight like we've seen, right? And they somehow get the BKBs out of Fnatic and then they choose to still stick around. But they've been pretty disciplined about knowing what their win conditions are in these fights.
Yeah, they have, sure. Discipline is absolutely the word I would use to describe Fnatic in this series so far. Very clean Dota, not like a lot of the other teams we've been watching who have been kind of letting the TI nerds get to them and playing some very frantic, crazy games. This one is just by the book for Fnatic, and it looks very, very crisp.
Good big wraparound line being drawn here to go and take a little bit of control over the enemy ancients. Jab's just pushing at bottom.
Have to see it. They have a
spot
sentry
them
in range.
But now they don't have the vision, so they're going to go and try and take a high ground of their own. Maybe try and get all the way behind them. Yeah, but both getting pretty
Interesting.
deep.
I mean, that is where they want to be. If they can catch out Armel and maybe Raven, that would be massive. But Armel
Oh, they spot the
staying
sniper
in
for
the
a
trees.
second. They caught a glimpse of him on the edge of this ward.
Armel staying though. Fnatic, they seem to have an idea of where they are as well. Look at these pings coming out.
This is mega suspicious. There's just creeps in the base. Mid lane's getting pushed in. Nobody's dealing with this. I think, yeah, Fnatic very clearly know what's going on. And as these TB illusions head up onto the tier 3, it becomes crystal clear that Aster trying to make a play.
Not very subtle in the end from Aster as things took a little bit too long for them to get going. Now, the high ground being pewed by these illusions. That's a lot of damage onto a tier 3 considering there's not a single hero hitting it.
Yep, very easy for Fnatic to just keep throwing stuff at it. And we do have Roshan up. So Refresher Shard ready to be claimed. Maybe Jab's finally seeing a glimmer of, can I get a black hole off?
I'm not sure Raven's okay with that. I think he might want it for
Yeah, he
meta.
doesn't have a BKB is kind of the problem. So, so wait, Jabs has a Refresher queued up, but no BKB.
All right. Well, guess this is better for Chad. Januel goes into a bit of danger, but gets forced, tossed, and all of a sudden he's right on the team's backlines. Roshan does get finished up, and they will pick up absolutely everything. Aegis, Refresher handed over to... Oh, it is on Jabs. Okay.
Yeah, give me that. I can finally, guys, I can do it. This is my moment.
I'll make you proud.
Don't make me
2
regret
games for this.
Yeah, don't make me regret not having 2 BKBs. I think is maybe the messaging from Armel or Raven.
Fnatic just going to control up the map now. Absolutely keep Aster stuck inside their base. And no one ever won a game of Dota by staying on their high ground. So Aster eventually going to get drained out. Or maybe Fnatic will go for the high ground push. Maybe they feel confident enough. I think they should. They certainly look very big, but of course the only way they can really lose this game is due to some Magnus shenanigans.
I think they just go for the non-committal push, right? Round of Eidolons, round of Illusions, maybe the sniper hits it a little bit.
Yeah.
There's not really a whole lot forcing anybody to go step onto the high ground. Even could drop the Wraith Pact on top of Armel. Just give him everything.
He wants to feel nice and snuggly. Just doesn't want to feel worried at all. A nice Zen push for Armel. That's what they want.
Success is looking. He's looking.
Yeah, pretty tricky, but the Observer has been spotted. It's in the range of the sentry. Oh, they actually can't see the sentry, which killed off their Observer, which is kind of awkward. Oh, maybe they can, actually.
It's not very easy to hit. Either way.
Yeah.
Okay, they glimmer the Magnus. He really wishes he had a Shadow Blade, maybe. Just anything for XXS to get a little closer. These Shard Split Earths are doing something, but...
Are they?
Yeah, the only problem is that Armel is out of shrapnel, so I gotta give her
Oh,
something.
okay,
Jabs came
XXS
forward!
finds himself a target. Yeah, it is the Enigma, which is going to get cancelled out. Pops a Refresher. Not sure he's got this health to survive through this one, though. Raven, meanwhile, he's just in, blasting away at Monet. Monet has to back himself way under the tier 4s. They'll turn around, and they'll do it for Boca, who is overextended to try and finish off the kill onto this Enigma. Doesn't get it. And now the barracks are right
RP
exposed.
What did he RP?
Great question. I don't know. Smoke up from the side of Aster. They're going to try and do this without RP. Now that seems very, very difficult indeed. Aster, the last hope here is they'll jump in on the Leshrac, who immediately gets hexed up. And Armel just dealing with the silencer. Now turns attention towards Ori. Ori can't do diddly squat. He gets taken on down here. Monet trying to fight into this one, but Jabs is there with the black hole. Takes down Monet. He's going to fall as well as Army taking through everyone right now. Buybacks coming out from Aster thick and fast, but Fnatic holding a very solid line here. They're looking for the final lane of barracks. They want to get the Mega Creeps here, and the Sniper is going to be able to do it. And there we go. Mega Creeps for Fnatic. They'll go for the tier 4s as well. Another nice little toss back here onto the Magnus. Not very far, but far enough for the Sniper to start blasting him as XXS will get back into the fountain. Meanwhile, for Poker, he's in deep, just trying to mess shit up to see what he can do. But Poker's going to get taken down here as well. Armel just fighting up. Monet versus the world. Can he win this fight? He can back himself out to the other side of the Ancient. They'll actually get the skewer back onto Armel. Armel's going to drop for the first time here. Asta, do they have the damage to try and follow up with this one? Fnatic, the entire team are behind him, and the blink out is there from the Armel. He's got himself the swift blink. Another jump in from Ori. Gets hexed up immediately once again. He will be able to take down one as they jump forward. Might be able to take down two. Armel going to fall as well. Monet running forward, looking for the final kill here as Raven will die as well. They'll keep their base intact, but so many buybacks, so much cost. Mega Creeps on the doorstep. Asta, it's feeling like a hollow win for them as they do defend their Ancient for now.
Yeah, a lot of damage being done by the Drow. Finally getting to stand and deliver is Monet, but I think Fnatic not too beat up about that one. They've got the Mega Creeps. They can just reset. Could even wait for a Roshan if they wanted. I think another one of these like 50-50 tosses, like DJ tossed Ori on top of Raven after his BKB was down, which he was maybe not very happy about. They were just trying to fight with their Mega Creeps. Yeah, so there's that toss. And Raven was like, why? What is this Leshrac doing on top of me?
We're looking at DJ here. Asta looked like they were able to pick out another one as the Tiny's going to get brought down. DJ unable to survive through this one. Looked like he was reaching out for a rune or something. I'm not too sure, but... Oh, tier 1 at mid. Finally, Asta are going to be able to take it down. Let's go.
Okay, so how many glyphs do they have to go through here? They don't get a reset, but they do get... They've got one glyph now, then they take the tier 2, that's another glyph. And then if they take the tier 3, that's one more glyph. Not easy for Asta to push in this situation. If you're Fnatic, I think you can all just stand on your high ground until you have 5 heroes alive if you really want to.
And it's the old chestnut of, oh, just defend pos 5, it'll be fine. And Silence is like, guys? Monet will come back and save the day.
Time to pause and ask for a water break. That was the team spirit move yesterday.
It was, yeah.
Back up against the wall in this kind of situation, preparing yourself to drag it out for another 20 minutes. Yeah, they have hit the refresher on the silencer. This Philosopher's Stone that he's had for the last 20-something minutes has paid dividends, but not a very peaceful retirement to the fountain for him this game. It's going to be enlisted to help deal with the creep waves.
Yeah, he's got a lot of guests to his fountain, which he didn't have last game. Not too happy about that. Bit of an introvert, Silence. You wouldn't have guessed.
How many double damage runes has the Sniper had? He's got another one bottled currently. It's a little bit scary.
Yeah, I think at least 5, yes.
Yeah, it's definitely been a high number. Fnatic, are they just gonna go for it? Are there any reasons not to just wait for the Roche? I guess maybe feeling like they can just take it, maybe go and get a pick off on the high ground. There's not any buybacks really left for Aster, so what you see is what you get. Anybody who dies, that's going to be the end of their game and the end of their series.
Armel and Raven both have the buybacks as well, so yeah, looking like they want to kind of close the door on this one. Anyone showing is going to get dropped in Ori. He's walking too close to him. Nice blink away, though. Good reactions on Ori. And immediately Baboka charging the jump in as XXS going to throw back the sniper. That's a big kill, and they might be able to bring him down. Monet does finish the job, but Ori also getting slammed. Has a nihilism to keep himself alive, but Baboka gets on top of jabs. Is going to be able to get off a decent amount of damage on Tim. They buy back on the sniper here. They really want to try and end the game right now in Fnatic, so they're enlisting the help of the second life of the sniper. After just taking a quick dip in the fountain as Baboka will be brought down once again, and now that makes it a 4v5. Black Hole comes out, Silence is there, they're going to be able to take down the Enigma. Not sure that was a play you want to make before the sniper's back in the fight. They're going to be able to lose 2 on the side of Fnatic. Asta making the defense once again. It's not over yet, folks.
I think after they didn't get the Blink Hex on the Leshrac, that probably just needs to be where you call it. You go and reset. Kind of scary now with no buyback on the sniper. At least Raven is going to get himself an Aegis, it looks like. But yeah, really forcing it there is Fnatic.
They are, absolutely. And like you could tell, Jabs, he saw the opportunity to go for the Hoggy Woggy's big black hole, but unfortunately doesn't quite land it out there and ends up getting himself killed out. But
what do you mean there's a silencer? I haven't seen him for 30 minutes.
Yeah. But Roshan is up, so that'll be taken by Fnatic. Aegis in the hands of the sniper. And we'll get some other cool goodies from Roche as well, including a Terror Wave available on the Terror Blade. Don't get those confused.
Okay, and Raven's just kind of looking for the solo pickoff with the ninja gear. He's got a Hex. He can easily lock somebody down. Blink Hex, hit him a little bit. Maybe pick up the Demon Zeal as well, and then hit him with a Terror Wave. They do have to be a little scared, right? I wonder if they just use this Aegis to try and like wait out the buyback on Armel, or if they are actually feeling confident to go and take it to Aster. I guess they don't want to let Aster get their buybacks back up. That was probably the main reason to try for this play in the enemy base.
Yeah, I think that was it, right? Wanted to just put the final nail in the coffin, utilize the buyback advantage. That's why they buyback on the sniper as well, but not quite in the end. XXS keeping them in the game with the horn toss.
They do have a glyph as well, so I don't think they can just go for the end. They've put the refresher shard on the Undying, so multi tombstones, I suppose. They're trying to sneak in here and see what they see. XXS in the jump.
They managed to find him. That's going to be the Magnus getting pulled down. As you say, has the buyback. Black hole comes out. Silence is there. We've heard this story many times before. Ori trying to get away as the two tombstones just getting gunned down by Monet. They're not defending them at all. And the refresher going to absolute waste here. Fnatic, another plan just gets scrapped as Aster just annoyingly holding on to this game for Fnatic. They just want it to be over with. They're like, stop fighting us. But Monet says no, and another glimpse back from the XXS. Magnus catching Armel. They'll take him down for the first time. DJ, they want to keep his Blink Dagger on cooldown as Monet just takes chunks out of him. Global Science comes down to cuts out of the black lines here. But Boca doing so much work as they just annihilating the Fnatic hero. Sniper dead again. No buyback. Are you kidding me? But Boca still surviving through this. He stomps all over Januel. Mullet God looking like he's going to fall as well. See you later, buddy, as a rock gets thrown his way to finish him off. How are they making these defenses happen on the side of Aster? This is amazing.
The damage output from Monet is ridiculous. The sniper is just getting skewered back. Ori is somehow dealing with the Terror Blade all by himself, getting on top of him with the Shivas. And like we said, there's a whole lot of glyphs that you got to deal with, but you have to imagine Aster can get some damage done. Boots of Travel on Monet. Yeah, we'll watch this back. So they tried to toss back Monet. He starts hitting the sniper. XXS with the big skewers once again, and they just can't manfight this Drow.
Yeah, DJ just like he just really wants to come in and try and help out the sniper, but can't do so. Gets his Blink Dagger capped on cooldown whilst Ori's in the back just dealing with the TB. Like, his BKB is so low that they can actually last through the nihilism to come out the other side. Okay, so that's a massive aspect of how this matchup's been playing out. And once the nihilism's over, Ori can fight. And now
there's this glyph. Okay, they've got another glyph. I think they can get pretty much everybody alive.
Win.
But oh man, Fnatic.
It's just a little bit of acupuncture from Aster to relieve the pressure on their base, but yeah, they're going to be so sweaty right now, Fnatic. You know, their gaming chairs are going to be dripping as they worry they might be throwing the game, but they're holding on for now. Still, I mean, still a huge advantage for them. Still have mega creeps, still have map control because of that. But how do you end this at this point? It's just, it's feeling very difficult.
Why does Jebs have refresher and no BKB? I don't quite understand. Like, there was even the the previous fight where he had the shard and then like he blinked in, he black holed, it got canceled, he pressed the shard immediately, and he was still global silence. He got both black holes off in that last fight, but I don't know. Fnatic just gonna have to take stock for a second. Maybe try and get this sniper buyback back up. It's still 2 minutes down. If they can kill XXS, that's probably game over. But they have had so many game over conditions up until this point. There's been like multiple buybacks down. They haven't even gotten Aster to press this glyph. Like they have not been worried about their buildings on any of these high ground defenses.
No, I mean, Sniper can't exactly hit the buildings when he's being skewered across the map by
No.
XXS every time. Maybe you gotta do it at night? I mean...
Yeah, maybe.
I kind of think the last one... Was the last one at night? I don't really know. It's not really something you keep track of, but... Like, XXS needs to have the vision to make these plays, so... I don't know. I don't know what to suggest anymore. If Fnatic haven't been able to figure it out, then we're certainly not going to be able to. It's so difficult to break these guys at the moment.
So Raven getting a Shadow Blade, sorry, Armel getting a Shadow Blade to try and help his positioning. Maybe he can just wait out XXS in these fights, get the opportunity. Raven's picked up a Nullifier, so everything that he's gone for item-wise has just been like, I want to get on top of one guy and just kill them. No Force Staff saves, no BKBs, no nothing. And I think you have to imagine that that's the Leshrac that he's looking for, but Ori seems to constantly have the luxury of not being the one getting gone on first in these last couple of fights at least. Crazy that the Leshrac went from like the mid game where he was just getting right-clicked to death by TB and Sniper every fight and wasn't able to do anything, and suddenly just picking up this Aghanim Scepter, and once the BKBs wear down, suddenly it feels like he has a game. And the net worth lead's almost been completely eroded. We're heading back down to 0.
That's insane.
Yeah. Just get this buyback back on the Sniper. Armel does need to farm a bit for it, and he's continuing to buy Silver Edge components. So he's just completely taking up the Radiant side of the map. Fnatic keeping tabs on Aster, making sure nobody's leaving the base, which I don't think they can really do against wave after wave of Mega Creeps. And an interesting plot twist for Silencer, we have him picking up a Maelstrom to try and defend his fountain. He's going for Mjolnir after that. So that'll give...
Why not?
Sorry, go.
Is the shard not just better?
I mean, no, the shard is just the silence. It's like, it gives you like a Baden passive.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they got rid of that kind of carry-ish thing.
Yeah, where he like randomly
had
had
25 now.
Yeah. But if he gets there and he's got the
if
Mjolnir,
he gets there,
he can hold the base by himself. The rest of the team, they can leave, go and try and get.
That'll be his moment. Out of the culmination of these two games, where he's like, where Siamese Cat's like, go my team, I can defend by myself for the first time in 2 hours of gameplay.
Ori's got a Hex now, as well. Once your BKB runs out against this Leshrac, he is going to murder you. Really, I think the battle of these next couple of fights is going to be, does Raven get the Blink Hex Nullifier onto Ori, or is it going to be Ori getting the Blink Hex Split Earth onto Raven? And then, of course, we've got this XXS dynamic.
You know,
there's smoke.
I almost want to see the Arcane Blink on Ori just to try and give them some sort of catch other than XXS. It would be really interesting with the how it works with Split Earth.
True, comes out super fast. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super hard to answer to. It's basically like a Requiem. So, Aster out on the map. They want to try and catch this
respawning
Roshan
in
respawning.
3 seconds. Oh, they're just a tiny bit too
Stay in the
early.
pit, Ori! Oh, no. They don't have the information, but they know it's going to be up soon. So.
All right, it's another everything Roche. Yeah. We might be heading to 60 minutes. We might be heading to tier 5 neutral items. I think all of this...
Every time you say this, our game's over.
Yeah, that's the only way that I have to cast or curse it.
You just want to go and get a drink, don't you?
Yeah, I just want to go have a cuppa. Yeah, exactly. We're going to have every buyback. We are preparing for the 20-man team fight, potentially.
All right, folks. If you haven't relieved yourselves, gotten your drinks, gotten your snacks already,
it's too late.
Then it's too late now because Roshan's getting taken. Game ends here. Fnatic taking the next Roshan. And just in case you forgot, it's an Aegis, it's a Cheese, it's a Refresher, it's an Aghanims. Does anyone even have an Aghanim? Oh, great, sniping good Aghanims. Huge. Or Enigma. Or Tiny. Actually, they don't really have many Ags at all on this team.
Yeah.
Jabs is going to be able to grab it. Okay, that's interesting.
All right.
Non-existent black hole's going to be stronger.
All right. It's just gonna suck everybody in the
Mjolnir
black hole.
complete. Let's go,
Mjolnir's
baby.
online, baby.
Woo!
2 static charges. This is what it's all about.
When he hits 25 at 80 minutes into the game, shit's going to get what?
Raven pressed everything. Hello?
Yeah,
I mean,
bit
it
of
is
a
just a terror
reaction there,
wave,
buddy.
but okay.
Okay. Oh, yeah, not the real matter.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
still, he was trying to execute this full combo onto Ori, and he flubs it a little bit. Okay. Not the biggest deal.
bet.
70 seconds, that they're going to have everything back up.
Yeah.
DJ?
It was a free terror wave anyway. Not the real play.
Dang.
Asta able to bait them out a little bit, keeping them very, very... I mean, that does just show how high-strung Fnatic really are, though, doesn't it? Like, they are on tender hooks.
You've lost your safety net after the last couple of attempts. I think the previous one, you're like, look, we have 3 glyphs. If we lose this fight, what can they, what can possibly happen? We can't lose the game. But now with you've got 1 glyph, but pushing up into the enemy high ground with all of their buybacks is a scary proposition. The crotchety old man of Silencer he's not going to be happy with you being on his lawn.
Yeah, that Mjolnir gonna chase you away. Let's see, who's actually got 25s? Because it's so hard to hit 25 in Dota at the moment. It's actually ridiculous. So we have a Drow 25.
Yeah, half the
Master
team.
Chief, which is actually huge. Yeah. And Ori has
Been toss out,
explosions
Hex.
as well to jump in. Yeah, they're able to throw out the Baboka. He's gone. Primal Beast out for the count. Raven committing hard, but they managed to find the Sniper XXS doing it again. You cannot stop this man, but the black hole comes in. Immediate silence. Refresher up used from Jabs as they try to jump forward here. Ori trying to bring him down and will just be able to run down the Enigma. Monet getting pretty low too. Raven gets grabbed up by Baboka, who slams him into the ground. Meanwhile, Monet just trying to hold under the tier 4s, and he is going to be able to bring down Raven. Another kill for Monet as he holds no prisoners. Looking over towards Januel as well, but the Nihilism going to stop the Drought, getting the kill. Doesn't matter. Ori gets it done. Another 3 kills for Asta as they just cannot break this high ground.
They do get the die back onto Baboka. There's still RP on XXS. They haven't even used their glyph here on Aster. Oh, the Silencer dies to the Assassinate! He's got a buyback. Assassinate
yeah,
plus those creeps to bring him down. Okay, pause 5 buybacks traded.
Ancient is under attack.
Ancient exposed. Damage coming in. Monet trying his best. Are they going to buy back on TV as well? I mean, it's so scary. They have so many buybacks on the side of Asta. Not on the supports. Neither of the supports have the buys.
Yeah, but
The
the cores are
Enigma. I
standing
mean,
strong.
this whole series as well has just been so funny with the Silencer versus the Enigma. You know,
the
these
neutral
two have just been
items,
matching each
the
other.
neutral items, the mirror shields. I don't know if Aster
a
are going to
big
get
one.
any. They want to get out on the map. Does somebody have Midas money? Can we
Yeah, might be an idea.
can we get a if they can just get out there? But do they have a? Here's the strat.
Do they have a shovel?
Do they have a trusty shovel and a
Oh, they
Midas?
have no shovel.
this is
They have
what
no
you
shovel.
have to do at this point of the game.
Yeah, the shovel might.
They don't have it. They don't have the shovel.
Nope.
Oh, shovel's too powerful.
It really is. The best 60-minute item. The best 60-minute neutral item. Ori's trying to get out on the map. They really, really need to try and find something here, but their engines have already been taken. Their bangle's been cleared. Their entire jungle has been swept through. And Ori, he's very far forward here. He's going to be thrown back into Armel, but Armel, he might not want this guy on top of him right now. There is a Yules to interrupt the combo.
Monet's coming in
Armel
as well.
doesn't get the distance here, but yeah, yes, he is. The Drow on the sidelines trying to bring down Januel. Januel has to go step to low to keep himself alive, but Ori's going to be able to run down DJ regardless. Now they're going to go towards the sniper. Armel getting very, very low, but Raven commits. But XXS commits on top of him with the RP. Monet trying to fight up into the sniper. They're both just taking chunks out of of each other. Who's going to drop? It's going to be Armel. The Satanic is there from Monet as he continues to fight up into this one. Undyne getting so very, very low as Monet tries to fight into it. The Black Hole is there, instantly cancelled out by the silencers. In jumps a TB on top of the Monet. Monet just trying to turn around and fight. Monet, how is he not dying through all of this? He's going to be able to take that. No, he's not. He's dead. He's dead. He actually drops, and Raven, he's going to live through it all, but they have the buybacks available on the side of Aston. Meanwhile,
Ori's on the
Black Hole
cliff.
on Ori, who is for some reason on a cliff. I don't know how he got there. Don't ask me questions. Just accept that this goat is dead at last. Fnatic, it takes so much, but they finally find a fight outside of their base.
It's not over though. They used the buyback on the sniper. There's still buybacks on both of these cores for Aster. Yeah, Ori's coming back in. Have they managed to? I don't think did they have any of their neutral items yet? Did anyone manage to sneak out? No, they haven't
I don't
managed
think so. No, that's what they were trying to do. They're trying to get the mid wave pushed out, and a pirate hat. That's a biggie. But Armel wants the Book of Shadows. He wants to be able to keep himself alive.
So TB doesn't have the real meta for 90, but he does have the Terror Wave shortly.
Oh, X.
DJ?
They managed to find DJ. Yeah, that's a kill. That is a kill. They've got the range of that one.
This game, no man.
Neutral creeps. Neutrals. Get the neutrals, Ori. There we go. Apex. Oh, Apex. On Drow?
Oh god.
No
Oh
way.
god. 380. Wait, how much? The
They go-
marksmanship is granting 118 bonus agility. Oh my god.
Of all the items, of all them, they find one neutral
Yeah,
item.
we'll just be glad that Ballista's not in the game anymore.
True.
Imagine Ballista on both sides this game. Oh god.
Oh, this is just absolute carnage. 63 minutes into the game. Fnatic versus Aster putting on an absolute marathon of a game. In case anyone needed reminding of why they love this game, by the way, this is this is the match for it.
Silencer's got his sights set on a moon shard. He's just been hitting creeps this whole time. He's only up to 140 CS so far, but it's going to keep growing. Okay, so buyback situation, it's just XXS and the Terrorblade that have it. Everybody else has used theirs, and it's at least 3 minutes away, but Aster are out on the map.
They should be careful. Yeah. I don't think Aster have ever won a fight outside of their map, by the way. That's something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, their high ground is
They're
being their
going
sanctuary.
for this. What?
Whoa, they're just forcing up with the high ground. Jabs and Armel are okay. They're coming back.
This is like Giga all in from Aster. I can't believe they're trying to make this play
Jabs,
right now.
Jabs is
but-
trying to kill the Silencer. He's trying to fight him in
No
the
way,
face.
no way. Is this how the epic saga of Silencer and Enigma ends?
He's got the Eidolon
It can't
talent.
be, but
They
they're
both got
going for the
glyph.
high ground here. Yeah, they got fortification. They got the Hex out onto the Drow. If they can kill off the Drow before she gets anything, that's going to be huge. But the RP comes out from the Magnus onto the Terrorblade, holding him still where it's a sniper. He's nowhere to be seen because Ori's on top of him. And Raven, he's going to be the one to drop immediate buyback out from him, though, as Ori in the front lines. Got to be a little bit careful. Top of the BKB, getting himself back away.
They have to
Global
stop the
Silence
Eidolons.
comes out. It's
The
inside
Eidolons,
the
Jabs.
pace. What? What? He's ending the game all by himself. Is it going to be enough damage? There's no way. There's no way. Ori clears through them. The TP's coming out from the side of Aster. They've got to defend their Ancient right now. Meanwhile, the entirety of Fnatic running down the middle lane. Jams almost gets it done by himself. Ancient down to 600 HP. Aster,
Oh
can they
my
hold
God.
any longer?
The Eidolons, Aster responding. There's no Enigma. There's one buyback. It's only on XXS. He doesn't have an RP.
Oh God, I can't
What's
believe
gonna
over
happen?
2 games as well. I don't even want to speculate. I just want to watch.
My heart is beating
Ori.
out of my chest. I can't imagine what the players are going through. Genuel. He's dead.
Yep, he's gonna get drawn. No, force up to the high ground. Exodus is gonna find him though. They will be able to kill him off. The tombstone gets dropped on his death. They need to be careful though. They can't let anyone into the
They're
space
trying
right
to go
now.
for it.
The
There's
throne
no
is
glyph.
so low. They're running in.
Armel's just in the base. Monet, can he stop
Armel,
him?
DJ, is this going to be enough? Aster, they're there. They're
Raven
ready
from
to
the other
defend.
side.
They're looking for the sniper on the back lines. They're dragging it back over towards the Ancient as Raven on the other side. The pincer maneuver. Is it going to be enough? Yes, it is! Fnatic! Oh my God, if that didn't work, they were done. They were done. They were out of the game if that didn't work. But my God, they go for the all-in and they finally get the win.
They couldn't win the team fight, but it's defense of the Ancient, baby.
In the end, that's what it comes down to. Don't fight the heroes, just fight the buildings. They can't punch back, and boy, did Asta punch back in this series.
The Eidolons, the team fights, the RPs, the Drow Ranger surviving, just shredding the Terrorblade.
What an ending. What an absolute ending from the side of Fnatic there. Just going for the pincer maneuver. Like, you hear that phrase being used a ton, and usually it means absolutely nothing, but in this game it was everything. The sniper, DJ and Armel coming in from one side, Raven coming in from the other, and just everybody committing all in for the Ancient, and all because of what Jabs did earlier, forcing out the fortification with the Eidolons. Oh, what a way for it to end. The only way for it to end. Absolutely epic.
The Silencer saga. This series. Oh my god. Fnatic, they take the 2-0. That's what matters.